Hello, listeners, viewers, welcome back. It is us, Dragon's Greed Gaming. You are joining us for episode 36, 37, maybe? One of those two, of the Frontier War, Alien RPG. And man, we got a banger episode ready for you tonight. I, as always, am pumped, but even more so because we got lots of cool shit going down. Anyway, thank you so much for joining us. I am your host, the Great Unclean One, and I am joined by our usual nefarious crew members. Scaarr is out at the moment, but he did promise he would be back tonight. He was kind enough to jump in our server so our cameras aren't fucked up. He's taking his kid out to go see some monster trucks tonight, which I can't blame him. That's pretty cool. I used to be a pretty big fan of Bigfoot and Gravedigger, of course, in my youth. So I just really liked the color blue when I was a kid, so I thought Bigfoot was the coolest thing on Earth. Also, if you've ever seen the other Bigfoot that has tank treads instead of monster truck wheels, fucking rad. Yeah.
See, I was thinking about the monster, the actual Bigfoot.
No, there used to be a blue monster truck called Bigfoot, and it was like a pickup truck body. And it was blue, and it had Bigfoot on the side, like the word Bigfoot. And then there was a variant that also had the tank treads, which was really, really rad. Anyway, so when he gets here, we'll invite him in. But the rest of the gang is here, so I don't know. Who wants to start? Say hello. Tell us what's going on, what you've been up to. Anything else you want to tell people? We'll start with Adam tonight. How's that sound?
Yo, what's it? Playing Victor Reed. Hoping to have some good downtime events. Actually, to be honest, I'm hoping the rolls for that is going to be good tonight. I don't want to have another anxiety-filled video chat with my mom.
I forgot what I rolled. That's already been done, but it's already been predetermined. Yeah, it's easier to predetermine, and then if it's something we need to spice up, a little bit easier to do than trying to do it on the fly. So that's all already ready to go.
Oh, spice up, huh? Are you trying to say something? It's gonna be happening with Tagar?
No, but if I roll something that helps continue a storyline thread, it's easier to plan that kind of stuff than just come up with it on the fly. And since every campaign I run, I have to try to turn into my magnum opus. I just can't avoid it. So, Sean, how about you? How are you tonight?
Doing great. Yeah, had a nice, relaxing couple days away from my previous job until my new one starts. So that was cool.
Good.
Yeah, my friends convinced me to watch a TV show called Severance, so I've gotten into that.
I heard that was good.
It's really good. Yeah.
What is that about, and where does one watch it?
Apple TV, and it is about this company where you can work on one of their floors called the Severed Floor, and it prevents you from being awake or conscious while you're working. So you have like an alternate personality that is down there, and they call them innies.
Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's directed by Ben Stiller.
Wow. Okay.
And it's not really a comedy.
Okay.
At least yet.
I mean, we've had plenty of comics like Jim Carrey who've proven that they're not one-trick ponies. So,
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yeah, I'll be playing Alexander Cruz, who survived that alien bullshit and then a ship-to-ship combat. So he is ready for some relaxation. Yeah, it was pretty cool.
I have to say, I really enjoyed the Starship rules.
Oh yeah,
like they felt just as complex as they needed to be. Obviously, they're not perfect, but
sure,
for what they weren't bad.
Yeah, I enjoyed them as well. So yeah, ready to get her done.
Excellent. And finally, our squad leader, Corporal Mike Tagar.
Hey, you guys. So tonight I'll be playing Mike Tagar and see kind of how that goes. I think we're all going to make it home tonight. That's a big plus. It was a little sketchy there at the beginning.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Today was kind of cool. So I think I told you guys I was working on a Mandalorian suit,
Yeah.
and so there's like a national organization called like the Mandalorian Mercenaries, and we have a local clan. So they were having like a get together today where we kind of like got to like bring our parts we were working on, and like they'd help us get everything ready and give us tips and advice and stuff. It's kind of cool.
Sick.
My first time like checking that out. So
Nice.
then they help you get like approved so you can like go do like their events and stuff.
Okay,
Pretty
well, that
cool.
sounds cool as fuck.
Yeah,
Our little Eric's growing up to be a cosplayer.
I know. Starting
Another
to make
hobby
real,
to add to the list.
Yeah, right.
making real friends, not
Oh,
just you
ouch.
internet friends.
Oof.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about
Well.
that. Them's fighting words.
Didn't you actually meet Chris in
Yeah.
the real world?
Yeah, I've been
A little bit more than met him.
I've been
Yeah.
delegated to just internet friend. at this
Internet
point.
friend.
Yeah, wow.
Sounds like you're saying it like a slur. You internet friends.
You know, speaking of internet
I meet
friends,
guys on the internet every weekend.
Oh wow! Speaking of internet friends. I was playing DBD last night, and I saw someone on my Steam list, my friend list, had logged on. So I sent him an invite to the party. But I realized I have no idea who the fuck they are. And on Steam, it's not like back in the Xbox days where I would like friend anybody that I had a good game with.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering, like, how do I know this person? And like they joined, they're like, "What's up, man?" I'm like, "Hey, what's going on?" And he's like, "Yeah, I was gonna play a couple games for him." I'm like, "Okay, cool." Played a few games. He invited me to his Discord server. He's like, "Yeah, I got a bunch of friends here. We play." So I joined the server, and when I joined it, it threw me into his voice chat, and he started talking, and I did not recognize his voice at all. So I'm like, I have no idea who the fuck this is, but okay, cool. Played some DBD. So yeah, it might be a friend of a friend. I don't know. Who knows? But
Yeah.
yeah. Anyway,
Sounds like half my friends list now.
yeah. I mean, I do have a few remnants from when I was playing Back for Blood because I did play that pretty heavily, and I did find some. It was kind of like the old Left 4 Dead days. Not as much though. Not where I found out you had a limit to your friends list on Xbox Live. How about that? Yeah,
I don't remember there being one on a 360.
it was on the 360 because that's the only Xbox. Well, I had the original, but I didn't have anything past the 360. Yeah, it was 100 friends was your friends limit.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, I guess I just never reached that.
Eventually, I had to start selecting who was on my friends list. So, anywho, what have I been up to? Well, I got my Empire War Wagon less than a week for a made-to-order item. How about that, Eric?
I saw that they were coming in for a few other people too. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm really glad. Like, probably because I ordered it on the day when I ordered that Marauder Giant. I waited. I didn't order it on the day it came out. So that's probably why. But then, like, they almost didn't let me take it when I went to the store. They tried being like, "Oh, well, it's not. It doesn't. Its street date is tomorrow." And I'm thinking, like, fucking street date? What is this, a fucking video game, bro? Just give me the model. Luckily, they let me have it. So that
Those
was good.
GW employees.
It's
Can't
annoying.
trust 'em.
Well, the day before when I went there, they were closed at random for no reason. So that kind of sucked because it's just like, great, I just wasted time coming over here. Also, I watched the newer Mad Max movie, Furiosa.
Okay.
I recommend it if you haven't seen
Nice.
it. It's on Netflix,
Nice.
and I would say it's not as fucking nuts, balls to the walls as the first one,
Mhm.
but it is still really good. And it is a prequel. I thought it was a sequel, and it's a prequel telling how Furiosa became where she is the
Who
start
she
of-
was.
Yes. And Anna Taylor-Joy, I think is her name. She did a great job. She crushed it. So.
Nice.
But, like, the first third of the movie is her as a kid, so it's not that actress. So it's kind of weird to be like, she's the main actor when, like, she's only in 2/3 of the movie, but, it's
Her
still really good.
character's the main actor, okay?
Yeah, but it was cool. And Chris Hemsworth was awesome. And yeah, it was cool. They see how they build the war rig and more like world building to the universe. It was awesome. Check it out. So. And Eric, I finally got my Chaos Warriors primed, so we are ready to start painting.
Nice.
Get them ready for Adepticon, and the first of my 2 3D print orders for some alien miniatures I need for some of the games I'm running this year shipped. So I should have those next week as well. Finally gonna have some Neomorph models. Looking forward to that. Ooh. Anyway, let us dive in here as we hop in. Pillow Farts, thank you for joining us. And Vecchia Anime? I don't know who that is. That sounds like a new one. Sorry if I mispronounced that, but thank you for joining us. Really appreciate it. Anyway, let's dive in here because we got a lot to cover. So, last we left, you guys had finished up your latest mission, Operation Quiet Catch, where you were sent to behind enemy lines in UPP territory to the KLI-571 system, to the planet of the same name, Point 02, to investigate a supposed UPP secret weapons testing facility that had apparently lost control of a bioweapon they were working on and destroyed themselves. Upon arriving, you had discovered that a nuclear blast had wiped the colony off the map, but the weapons testing facility was far enough away that it did not really suffer any damage other than some light radiation. Unfortunately, upon arriving, orbital defense guns, ground-to-orbit defense lasers, opened fire on the Tamb'itam, damaging it and forcing Mother to pull you guys back and making you insert via dead drop pods, which was a harrowing experience in which Dr. Babic, your high-ranking scientist guy, was sent with you under the explanation that he was there to find out exactly what the UPP were working on and get any samples and any data that was down there. You managed to disable the guns, found a bunch of working Joe androids, which were hostile, and many of them were armed. You destroyed most of them. Well, actually all of them eventually. Got yourselves access to... you got imprisoned first. You kind of went willingly and discovered what you eventually learned to be the beginnings of an alien hive. You eventually discovered that the bio-drone weapon from Project Life Force was unleashed on the planet. Dr. Babic confirmed not only was this what happened, but it was indeed unleashed by the UA as the first of what he would hope would be many field tests to see how the bio-drones work to help clear out enemies. They worked surprisingly well, except for the one that didn't die like it was supposed to, and began making a hive and hunting you down. You rescued the major from the station, who was in the process of being turned into an egg, an ovomorph, and you took cover in the command center where the Ivan unit was. This was after fighting some more working Joes, and Elijah was knocked offline after taking some heavy damage. You rested up a bit and eventually discovered a few more survivors, 2 workers, a researcher, and the head of the UPP's bioweapons program, the Dark Star Project, the Dark Star Program, a Colonel Dr. Balaz, who seemed willing to work with you guys to try to escape the planet. Eventually, you entered the lab. You found samples of these black spores, which, between Babic and what you've learned so far, and a little bit from Balaz, you've learned that they were experimenting on a creature called the Neomorph, which is a alien creature that emerges from the black goo and or the black moat. Well, the black moat's really not the goo so much. The goo just mutates you into a horrible monstrosity. The UPP were working on their own version called a Heomorph, not to great success. And the researcher, Tanya, told you guys, Tagar in particular, not to trust Colonel Dr. Balaz, that he was lying, and that he was the one that set off the nuke in order to try to wipe out the biodrones after they emerged. Towards the end of the mission, the pack of creatures that appeared to be trailing you finally emerged. It was a group of the Heomorphs that the UPP were testing, and they attacked, and they started giving you guys a run for your money, except for Corporal Tagar, who proceeded to kill 3 of them in hand-to-hand combat with his knives, because that is what good old American soldiers do, apparently. And yeah, he just put the team on his back and murdered his way through half the enemies. Meanwhile, Reed got his throat, I think, ripped out, if I recall, and almost died. Luckily, between Cruz popping nap relief and relapsing to save his friend, and Dr. Babic passing his test, you lived to see another day. Unfortunately, the 2 workers that you had rescued and the researcher Tanya all met their demise at one point or another during the mission because of the biodrone.
One of the workers did survive.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. Yes, the
woman.
The woman, Rin?
Because I think Win. I think but Alejandro.
Yeah.
He got
aced by the biodrone. That's right. He got torn in half.
Well, technically, he got grabbed, and then I shot at the biodrone with the laser.
Well,
small facts. Right? Yeah.
Unfortunately, the 2 of them died, but you did rescue the woman, Win, I believe her name was. You rescued the major, who at first appeared to be continuing to mutate, but seems to have made a recovery. And you have also captured Dr. Balaz, and you returned with all of the data, only to find that a UPP destroyer had emerged and began downloading the data, and Balaz informed you guys that they'd probably be nuking the base once that was done. Luckily, you found an old, beat-up UPP Accipiter transport dropship, which just made it into orbit before its engines overheated. You were then picked up by the Tamb'itam, and you were not able to celebrate very quickly, though, as just as that had happened, the download had finished, and the UPP destroyer detected you guys and opened fire, knocking Mother offline, and we did our very first space combat in Alien RPG. And it was looking a little dicey at first, as the UPP had this amazing weapon, like an EMP missile, which really fucked you in the first round. But then they made the poor decision of getting close and attempt to maybe board, and then the Tamb'itam's railgun decided to swing the tide. Once both ships passed, both of them probably only one hit away from being wrecked and crippled, you were perhaps maybe not surprised to see that the commander of the ship was Commandant Vuvu, who once again was a bit cryptic and congratulated you on a well-fought orbital fight, but also still was questioning why you were kind of still following all these UPP orders, and if you really believed all the shit that's going down. As your ships split apart, realizing another engagement would probably be fatal for one or both of you, got Mother back online to discover that during the fight, right before she was taken offline, she had been downloading the same data that the UPP destroyer was. So Mother helped you complete your mission, and you slipped into the deep void of space, off towards whatever destination you're at next, presumably back to safer waters, as they say. I think that's everything. Sorry for the long-winded explanation, but it was a doozy. So,
Yeah.
I think that covers it.
All right. Well, with that in mind, we've got a little bit of downtime to take care of, as the Tamb'itam is in between missions here. So, It is about a week later. Obviously, after all this goes down, you guys go back into cryo, and the ship makes its way back towards UA space. When you guys awake, it is around a week later, give or take, and you discover that you are headed back towards Mt Tithonious base, where all of this kind of first began. The Tamb'itam has been heavily damaged, so it needs to get some, at least minor repairs, perhaps some longer. And it is during this time, when you are back at Mt Tithonious, that you have some free time to, do some downtime events and a few other things. So, we will start with your downtime events. All right. Tagar. Actually, let's see. Yeah, we'll start with Tagar. So Tagar, you... I rolled something that I believe we have rolled for you before, which was you had developed a new hobby. And I don't recall what that hobby was when we rolled this last time.
I think it was drawing.
Was it?
I think that sounds right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well...
I think I went... Because I went to, I think, the range and was, like, sketching...
Okay. Okay.
The different, like, people coming into the range or something.
All right. Well, I rolled that again, so we're going to assume that Tagar has taken some time to work on his drawing skills. As we determined before, not only are you finding this enjoyable and possibly therapeutic, but you're actually not too bad at it. So, what are some things Tagar would be sketching around the base while you guys have this time? You're probably in dry dock for a good week or two, at least.
No, he's definitely dry docking right now.
Oh, Jesus.
Wow. Okay, Adam.
I think Adam has an idea of what Tagar's sketching.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah.
Sketch and
No,
Weaver, huh?
I think,
Is it like the scene
Yeah.
of Titanic?
Paint me like one of your French girls, Tagar.
I don't know, I think, like I was saying, like, maybe going down to the range and sketching the people coming into, like, different training environments. Or maybe of, like, the ship itself.
Okay, like different like environments on the ship, like different scenes. Obviously, you're not like outside in a spacesuit drawing the outside of the ship, right? As they're repairing it. Okay, I'll tell you what. Roll me a D10, please. Oh, okay, that character's dead, that character's dead. Okay, so, you're at the range one day, and, you end up drawing, a scene of, Boomhauser, who's got his full, smart gun, harness, all strapped up, and just going to town, holding the trigger. There's, empty shells flying all over the place, as he usually does. And you get a pretty awesome action scene from him. And he does like see this as, at one point, and he comes over as you're kind of putting some finishing touches on it. And he's like, "Damn, that's pretty good. You really got my solid physique."
Yeah, nice try. Maybe after a few more weeks at the gym.
I'm twice your size, Tagar. Shut up. He's like, "Where'd you learn to do that, man? I didn't know you were a pencil pusher?
Just kind of been practicing. Need to clear the head lately.
Yeah, I hear that. And he's like, you got anything else you done? Anything else? Can I see?
Yeah, sure. Just, a couple different people and things on the ship, mostly.
Okay. Have you drawn any sketches of Weaver?
Yeah, I'd say she'd probably be in there.
Okay. Let us see if...
Maybe on trial by fire or something.
Okay, let's see if he notices that. He's not the sharpest, guy in the shed. But honestly, I mean, wit's 3 for a guy like this. He's not that bad.
He has higher wits than I do.
Yeah.
I was gonna say that might be what I have.
Okay, maybe he only looks through like the first 6 or 7 pages, and maybe it's the last one or whatever. He doesn't see it, but yeah, he looks. He's like, man, yeah, you should sell some of these or something, man. But you can make a couple bucks. That's pretty good.
I'll keep that in mind.
He's like, yeah,
appreciate it.
It's like, oh, dude, you got Herschel's Chrome Dome perfect here, man. I really like the shading on that. That's wonderful.
I'm sure he'll appreciate that.
All right, man. Well, I think I've wasted enough ammo for one day. I suppose I'll catch you around.
Yeah, see ya.
All right. Now, during this time, O'Connell gets his surgery to have a prosthetic limb, which ends up being a mechanical one. It's not like an android synthetic limb. It's a mechanical, And this is pretty typical in the military. They would probably do something like this because it's cheaper, and they're not going to usually, for a typical grunt, probably do something as advanced as a synthetic arm. However, when you guys do eventually see it, it is fairly high quality compared to most other mechanical arms. We'll get into the details when he is here. However, it is when you guys are getting ready, this surgery is going to be happening, that Tagar, you are visited by Staff Sergeant Zimborski. At this point, when you guys also, I should mention, when you guys come out of cryo and you're back at Mt Tithonious, Chimera Squad is back on the ship.
Okay.
However, there is no sign of Lieutenant Casados.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that's probably a better place to start, because that's probably what you guys would start asking about.
Yeah.
So let me, if I got a lot of notes here this session.
I'd probably want to check in with her after the wake up, see if she read the report of what happened.
Okay. Where did I?
Yeah, with the ship battle and just kind of what happened on planet side.
Okay, here we go. All right. Yeah, so you guys eventually are brought out of cryo. You start seeing the rest of Chimera Squad, and O'Connell's taken off, to be prepped for surgery in the next, couple days. But when you go to find the lieutenant, Tagar, you can't find her anywhere. What do you do?
Probably see if we can find Roy or the staff sergeant. Check in with them.
Okay. Who do you search for first?
Probably Roy, because he was with us during the ship battle, right?
Yes, he was.
He woke us up for that last mission.
Okay. Yeah, you find him. He's overseeing, looks like a repair manifest for the ship and some of the repairs that need to be done. So he's organizing some of that, probably on the bridge or maybe one of the hangars. You see he's talking to a couple, like, menials, explaining, okay, a couple of the engineers, like, hey, we need this, and this done. And then he sees you approaching. He kind of waves them off, like, all right, get to it. And then he turns to you. Corporal.
Morning, Roy.
Good morning.
He doesn't have a rank or anything. Just Roy.
I think he's a warrant officer, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we'll go with warrant officer.
Okay. So, morning, sir. I noticed Lieutenant Casado couldn't be found. I wanted to check in, see if he had any feedback from the last mission with that ship battle.
Oh, my apologies, Corporal. You must not have heard. Lieutenant Casados has been reassigned.
Oh. When was that?
I guess, as far as you're concerned, during the last mission? After Chimera's last assignment?
Was it a planned transfer, or just kind of a short notice?
I'm not sure. A decision from higher up. Her skills are better used elsewhere.
Okay. Do you know which unit she headed to?
Does he know that? Says, I'm not at liberty to say, Corporal.
Ah, understood. Do we have a replacement in place?
At the moment, no. Just continue to report to Staff Sergeant Zimborski.
Will do. I'll check in with him about the last mission. You need me, you know where to find me.
Very good.
Okay. And then I guess I would go find Staff Sergeant.
Okay. Yeah, you find him. He's probably screaming at a new recruit. Maybe, Sean, did you have, like, the third backup character? Or no, who was the recruit that you were working with?
Yeah, well, it's okay. I gotta go find that fucking thing.
I don't know if I've got him in here yet. Oh, Derek Jacoby?
Yeah, that sounds right. Good old Derek Jacoby.
Yeah. Yeah, you see him, he's yelling at him about, like, something with, like, a weapon safety, and, as, like, a punishment. And you've seen Zimborski use this punishment particular when he's really annoyed at somebody. He makes them take, like, one of the entire armories and clean every single weapon. And no matter how perfect they do it, if he's pissed, he'll come in, he'll just look at it and be like, do it again. And it'll be like 100 pulse rifles. Clean every single one. Not just, like, take them apart and clean them, but also, like, polish them and, like, lay them all out nicely. And just come in and do it again. So you see he's in there and he's cleaning incinerator units right now. He's got, like, the brush to clean out the barrel. His hands are caked with filth. And he looks miserable. And Zimborski, he looks like past Zimborski to you, like, help. And Zimborski sees you, Tagar. Corporal?
Staff Sergeant, just wanted to check in on the last mission, see if you had a chance to go over my brief, if you had any feedback. Roy said Lieutenant Casados was reassigned. We weren't aware of that, and just kind of checking in with you, see if there's anything we could do.
Yeah, I've read the brief. Good job down there. Kept your head together. Kicked some serious ass, too. Impressive.
Appreciate it, thank you.
I can see the lieutenant was, she made a good choice, giving you an extra stripe. So keep it up.
I plan to, Staff Sergeant.
Other than that, no. Nothing in particular right now. Take some much deserved rest before we get sent off to whatever next hellhole we're going to be at.
All right. Is there a plan for a replacement for Lieutenant? Were you aware she was leaving?
I was not. Just as surprised as you are. And, no, don't know of any replacements yet. No one's told me anything.
All right. Guess that makes you in charge.
Well,
We'll make sure to check in with you, Staff Sergeant.
co-in charge, I suppose, since Staff Sergeant Wilkes is also here. But as far as you and the rest of Cerberus Squad are concerned, you just come to me if you need anything.
Will do. Same. You need anything from my squad, let me know, and we'll get it done.
That's what I like to hear. And then he
Rah.
turns and he's like, "Get back to work, Jacoby."
Fucking schmuckatellis.
Anything else you do after learning about that?
I mean, I'd go tell my squad, kind of brief them on what I found out.
Sure.
So, just go collect them wherever they're, I don't know, being lazy.
Herd the children all together.
Wow.
Yeah. Kick them out of bed.
Oh yeah, dude, he's at the Monster Jam. There's Gravedigger.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck yeah. What a cool monster truck. Is Bigfoot there? That one's blue. But I don't think that's it.
So guys, looks like Lieutenant's gone and Staff Sergeant is now in charge of us. She just kind of disappeared during the last mission, according to Roy. All of a sudden, she got reassigned, and he can't tell me where.
Okay.
Well, I imagine we still have a way of contacting her, right? We could still message her.
Weaver says can't or won't.
He said he was not at liberty to say. So I don't know if it's his programming, the classification.
Probably an order from the higher ups.
Yeah.
I mean, we were pulled out onto a mission.
I don't think we can convince a droid to go against that order.
No, probably not.
Yeah, not unless you crack his head open.
I don't know that we can contact her without knowing where she is. Can't just shoot a message into the void.
Yeah, that sounds a little fishy to me. Weaver says.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got pulled into a mission by Spears, and then she disappears.
Yep. So I'd watch her back.
You think?
Definitely.
You think they
Stay close.
they stumbled upon something? You know, she said she was going to try to get us some answers.
Yeah.
You know, what if she
Could
set
be.
off some
Maybe
alarms
she-
or something?
She pulled the wrong thread.
Maybe Spears just put her into one of his units, or... Yeah, Spears is a he, right?
Yes.
Why all of a sudden?
Because she's
I
getting
mean-
too close to the truth, wants to keep an eye on her.
Yeah.
But then,
But I mean, there's a chance. You know, Roy said, her expertise was needed somewhere else. So if she stumbled on something, maybe they pulled her in. I mean, it's kind of similar to what they did with Schmidt. He pulled the wrong thread and got pulled into their missions.
Well, that's a very hopeful way of looking at it.
Weaver's like, look, I like the LT as much as the next person, but comparing her to what the fuck was your character's name? Schmidt. That is completely different. They could not be more opposite.
yeah, what was it? Wasn't one just like out for blood towards the end there?
Yeah, well, you should.
Yeah.
It was your fucking character.
Well,
I think it was
I'm not
Reed.
able
Oh,
to
right, yeah,
say it.
That's Reed saying that. We're like, okay, yes, Reed, yeah.
But
He was straight up murdering people at one point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think my point is if people are stumbling upon some of the things we have, are they being pulled into that mission to avoid them interacting with the rest of us? Did they join that team? Do they get reassigned to whatever units are handling those missions?
I don't know. When Schmidt got pulled, like, there was like a whole escort for him. It happened when we were all like awake.
Yeah.
This seems like incredibly shady.
Well, yeah, it happened when we were.
I mean, it was incredibly shady when they did it with Schmidt too.
But they did it when we were all awake, right? They
Yeah.
had an entire escort. He was in the brig, and Spears actually came and like visited him.
Yeah.
She just got pulled after a mission. Maybe we should talk to Chimera Squad.
during
Maybe they went on a mission with her.
Oh, yeah. I can maybe they were awake during it.
Yeah, maybe they know what happened.
It's a good point. But try and stick close to each other, watch each other's backs. You guys hear anything? Like, make sure we all know.
Yeah. And maybe
at this point we only have each other. I don't know what Staff Sergeant knows.
Yeah. I mean, I can reach out to my cousin, but I don't know if she's going to be able to find anything.
Yeah, that might be tricky right now too.
Yeah.
Maybe see if she, maybe if she reaches out to you, be subtle, but be careful. Be careful what you're saying on recorded lines.
Yeah. Maybe I'll see if Elijah can help me send more of an encrypted message to her. Something,
I mean, as long as we think Elijah's.
I mean, you probably. I mean, obviously, O'Connell's kind of out of
he's a
action
bot
right now.
Yeah, so.
But you know that O'Connell was learning a lot of his tricks from Carvalho, so.
Yeah. Okay. Go to Carvalho. And you know what? He owes us one because we saved his fucking life.
I'm just saying, I don't know. The androids come from higher up, so
right.
Even Herschel may be compromised
at this point
with some of this stuff,
and they can't ignore orders from higher up, so he would have to tell. Yeah, Carvalho might be.
What if they found some information when they were fixing Herschel? No, kind of makes sense. It happened right because Tenet was here when Herschel was injured.
Yeah.
And then disappears in between that point and our next mission. I don't know. And Herschel's all fixed up. It's just.
Are you
Herschel?
Are you not? I'm assuming Herschel's not at this meeting. It's just the humans.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a bit of a anti-synth bias recently.
Yeah. Damn. Okay. You're saying all this in front of him, like, oh, I'm right here, guys.
I don't know if we can trust this fucking synthwave.
Yeah.
This white blood.
This goddamn bald Mr. Clean.
But yeah, so I'd let you all know what I found out. Be safe.
Let's
come back with all your fingers.
What? Yeah.
At least the ones you have left.
Some of us are missing all arms, so.
Yeah, that's very insensitive right now.
Too soon, says Weaver.
It was his favorite beating off arm.
But
how do you know that?
Now it's like somebody else is doing it.
He said it.
It's no longer.
You watching him do this, huh, Cruz?
Reed, he literally said it when we were doing the operation.
At this point, Weaver gets up and leaves.
We're gonna get him a can of WD-40.
A birthday present, or a get well soon card, WD-40.
Oh my god, that's
here from the 1900s, tin can, oil can for you.
So we also, at being serious, we probably shouldn't trust Roy either.
Yeah.
He seems to be the one who's always waking people up for these Spears missions. So this all seems real suspicious.
Definitely. But yeah, you guys see Cerberus Squad, maybe check in, see if they know anything. I can get with them too.
Yeah.
But like I said, I wouldn't turn over too many stones right now.
Don't shake the boot.
Yeah, it's definitely getting a little suspicious over around here.
Very much so.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll move it on over to Cruz's downtime event. Got a simple one here, more of an RP one. The Marine becomes quite homesick. Gets an overwhelming desire to see or speak with their friends or family. So, it also, well, part of your event is you've relapsed.
Great.
Yeah. So, the immediate effect of that is your addiction increases by severity by 1 immediately. So you now have a moderate addiction. So
Did this for you, Adam.
at the
What?
at the start of every shift, you have to take a dose of the drug. And if you fail to do so, then you have to make a stamina test to try to keep your cravings in check. If you do not imbibe in the drug, you automatically gain a point of stress.
Okay.
Your body starts obviously going through a bit of withdrawal. So,
Okay.
so you know, you're awake, you're on the base, and you know, a couple hours after being thawed out from cryo, you're getting that urge.
Yeah.
Getting those cravings. So, do you take any nap or leave, or do you try to resist?
I am doing my best to resist. I will not take it.
Okay,
Yeah,
so you
it's
gain a
a
point of
little
stress and make a stamina test, please.
Okay. Oh, that'll go so well. Statistically, I should get one easy.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
And I'll just use my stunt to give myself a +1 modification to this in a later roll. If that's okay.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay, so you pass the test, which means you are able to resist your urges and not take a dose of the drug. However, you do begin to suffer the effects of your withdrawal, which means you immediately take a point of damage, and all your dice rolls are now considered demanding, which is -1.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah. However, it doesn't get worse, which is what happens when you fail that. So, what is this?
I was trying to get rid of it. Accidentally rolled it.
Oh no, you're not getting rid of that.
Oh, okay.
No, I believe the radiation goes away after a shift, if I'm not mistaken. So I think you guys are okay, unless you actually suffered rad damage. Did anybody suffer rad damage on that mission?
No, I did not.
I think the one that did is dead. So.
Yeah, let's just double check that really quick.
Yeah, Elijah might have.
Elijah did get radiation, but I don't think he suffered it.
I think droids are immune to it, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, nice.
Okay, so every time you gain a radiation point, you roll a number of dice equal to the current number of accumulated rad points. For every success rolled, you take 1 point of damage. After you leave the irradiated area, you heal 1 rad per shift. There is a risk that the radiation will be permanent and stay in your body. Every time you're about to heal a rad, roll a stress dice. If you get a face hugger, the rad is not healed, but instead becomes permanent. So that's what it's rolling right there. So you guys would reduce the rad point, and then it'll roll the stress dice. And if you roll a face hugger, the rad point stays, so it accumulates, and once it's permanent, it stays on you until your character dies.
Peace.
Yeah. So, did anybody else have any radiation on them, or is that it? Okay. All right. So yeah, you're able to keep your cravings in check for your drug, your nap relief addiction, but you are still really missing your friends and family back home. So what does Cruz do to try to alleviate that?
He wouldn't, because he's going through withdrawal. He probably looks pretty rough. So he may record like video or audio messages to send to family members.
Sure.
Just saying hi. How are you guys doing? I haven't gotten another Purple Heart recently, so that's good news. Things like that.
Not for lack of trying. That last mission, everybody got a Purple Heart almost.
Yeah, it was close. Just trying to reconnect with them, letting them know he misses them. And, maybe he'll get shore leave soon and he'll come back and visit you guys.
Okay. Sounds good.
Yeah.
And
he'll send one to his cousin as well. That's just she's family.
Do you send anything else to her? Is there anything else you wanted to do regarding Secretary Cruz?
We'll kind of hold off, see if she responds or gives a call, but that'll be it.
Okay. You don't get any major thing back from her other than like kind of a cursory, good to hear from you. Glad you're doing okay. Although she does mention in her report, sorry to hear about O'Connell. Did what I could. Hopefully he'll be taken care of.
I think the arm looks pretty good, so she gets the perfect score for that one.
Yeah, and it would be at that point that Tagar, Zimborski does find you at some point, and he says, Corporal, I have an assignment for you.
If that's art.
O'Connell has got his surgery tomorrow.
Yep.
Well, as his direct superior, you get to be the lucky one to inform his wife. Here's her information. Give her a call. Offer your sympathies. And whatever else you can do. Answer any questions she has. Do not, what's the term? You don't tell her anything classified, is what he would say. Whatever the term is, don't, devolve. Don't devolve anything classified.
Understood, Cesar. I'll give her a call.
All right. We can wait till Scaarr gets back. See if he has anything in particular that his wife might say or ask. Otherwise, I'll do what I can. But you get that given to you as a little task. And then, Reed, your event that I rolled, unfortunately, it's not great. It's not awful. It's not as bad as some of them, but it's not a good one. So, a piece of gear the Marine brings on their next mission turns out to be faulty or in need of maintenance. It stops working at some point during the mission, dealer's choice. It can only be repaired in the field with a formidable, that's a -3, heavy machinery or Comtech test. So, just make a little note that probably a very inconvenient time, a very pivotal piece of gear is probably going to stop working.
So cool.
Okay.
Yep.
That's really great for us.
Awesome.
Hey, at least it's not starting with stress or damage, right? You'll get to use the item at least once. All right.
Before it just breaks in my hand.
Yeah, the other ones are for, I was going to have one for Elijah, but he's not here. O'Connell's not here right now, so... but he does get a new mechanical arm. And basically it is, like your classic 40K bionic. It's metal, it's got kind of dark silver color, it is very much not his own arm.
Masturbator 3000?
No. So why don't you guys said you want to maybe track down Chimera Squad. So what is it you guys want to ask, or who wants to ask who what? Or if there's anything else you guys want to do during your downtime.
There is one thing I wanted to do.
Oh.
Do we have an engineer on board that can fiddle with this lovely AK armor? The arm AK and incorporate it with my suit.
Yes, but you would probably have to do that on the DL, because that probably wouldn't really be regulation. So I think Broderick would probably be the guy to go to try to get something set up. So why don't you ask Broderick that, and then Broderick will have you make a roll or two and see if you can get something arranged for this guy.
Hey, Broderick.
Hey, bud. Long time never see.
Yeah. You know, you're just the guy that I'm looking for. You know, the pleasure to finally make your acquaintance.
Mm-hmm.
I have a.
Did
a little
Tagar send you to
project-
look on me? I'm
No.
still on the up and up. Nothing's gone wrong.
Great,
Okay.
but I have a little project for you, and I'm hoping you can help me with it.
All right. I'm interested.
So I have this suit over here, and it's got an AK in the arm. Could you modify it on my armor on the down low?
Okay. That's
That's great.
interesting.
Are you wanting this incorporated into your? Because remember, the one you have is incorporated into a compression suit, a space suit.
Right.
Do you want him to incorporate it into your space suit, or take it out of the space suit and incorporate it into your regular armor?
I say let's do the spacesuit.
Okay.
Probably easier to conceal.
Yeah. I mean, you're not going to be able to conceal it if I'm just slapping it onto your wrist armor, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And
So what do you
what are
think
you
about that?
going to give me for this?
Depends. What do you want? What are you looking for?
Money's always good.
Money.
Yes, do you have
Ah.
money? You get paid. However small it is, PFC.
Sure. Yeah. Some
All right.
money.
Really going for that experience point.
Yes, sir.
Gotta pull
right,
rank
yeah.
too when we actually outrank him. Gotta take that
Yeah.
opportunity when you can.
All right, yeah. I'll see what I can do.
Yeah. I mean, of course, you'll be paid if it works and it's completed.
No, I'll be paid for doing the work.
Well, if it doesn't work after you finish, then I just kind of shit out of luck here, am I not?
Yeah, and if I get caught doing this, I'm shit out of luck.
Nah, you'll be.
If you're not giving me money right now, I'm not doing it.
Take some of your information.
Great. So what does he does he have to roll?
Give me probably a manipulation test to find someone that you think you could ask to do this on the DL. That won't cost
You want me to make that roll?
Yeah, this is Broderick trying to set... Because I'm assuming Broderick... Does Broderick have heavy machinery or comtech skills?
No.
Okay. Then yeah, he'd probably be trying to find someone
What kind
to
of
do it.
engineer is this?
Trying to
I'm a
find
middleman.
Trying to find someone that can do it, that you can pay to do it, that, you know, you'll still make a profit and, you know, will keep it on the DL.
Okay, yeah. Oh, that's not good.
Wow. Good start.
Guess we'll push. There we go.
Okay. Yeah, you know of an engineer that is here on Mt Tithonious that you think, you know, can probably... You know he can do it. You think he'd probably be willing to like turn the other... You know, turn a blind eye, so to speak. So we'll assume you set that up for him. And yeah, we'll do a roll here. Let's get a generic character NPC sheet. We don't use these too often. Let's see what we got here. What would be good for this? Well, definitely not a artificial womb soldier.
Are you kidding me? I bet they'll slap that on there. Great.
Oh yeah,
Duct taped
Duct
on the
tape
outside.
with more duct tape. Yeah,
I mean, you already got paid, right? So
it
Yeah.
works.
He'll put some crayons on there too for a snack for later.
Yeah. Okay. Trying to find someone who actually has like heavy machinery. We'll just roll some dice here. All right, we'll roll.
Oof.
Okay.
I say 2 6.
So not only do they succeed, but when he's done with this, it'll be done by the time you guys go on your next mission. So it'll take him a couple days to, sneak in the things he needs, get to an area where he can do it undisturbed, stuff like that. But the biggest problem is that the ammo canister for this is basically a little tank that's on the outside of the suit, so it's visible, and he is able to set it up in such a way that it's almost completely hidden, and if someone did see it, they'd probably think it's an extra oxygen tank and not an ammo tank. Now, obviously, it still looks like your gear is modified, but soldiers modify their gear all the time, and something like that, probably not as egregious as, hey, I've incorporated a UPP weapon into my armor, a stolen UPP weapon, so. But yes, so for all intents and purposes, you can put that weapon on your compression suit.
Awesome.
Well
Damn
done.
lucky.
It's pretty cool.
And I have, just to clarify, I have to remove my Armat XM99A phased plasma pulse rifle from my character sheet.
You do. I'm sorry, yes. But Broderick gets money, so you will get the experience point for getting money this session.
Ooh, it feels so good.
How's it feel?
Oh, it feels great, and I'm gonna fleece Reed as much as I can. He's gonna be eating bread at the commissary every day. That's it.
Instant noodle sounds great.
You don't even get the noodles; you just get the sauce packet.
All right. So I assume at some point you guys, either together or individually, probably try to track down members of Chimera Squad to get more info. So how do you guys go about that? Who does
Is Carvalho part of Chimera Squad?
what? Yes.
Oh yeah, I will go look for him.
Okay. Yeah, he's tinkering, working on some gear in one of like the bays, just doing his typical checks, especially on the comm units and cameras and stuff like that. What's up, Cruz?
Not much. Just wanted to come chat, let you know O'Connell's getting the surgery done for the arm tomorrow. If you want to drop by afterwards, we can all go visit. Bring him some, WD-40 or small wrenches for get well soon card.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm in. Sure thing.
Yeah. Heard you guys went on a mission a bit ago. We went on one, right at the same time. How'd you guys' mission go?
Rather uneventful. They took us out of Crow. You guys were still asleep, and they basically dropped us off. We actually went back to GJ123, Sahara, where the mine was that you guys went.
Okay.
So you know how they had those dome colonies out
Yeah.
there, the Grandi domes. Well, we were sent in because, the intel said that cult, the Children of the Two Divines, had set up. They had a hideout there, and we were to go in and try to capture them. However, when we got there, the place was empty. They had all cut. It looked like they had been there. They even left behind it. They had a stolen tank.
What the fuck?
Yeah, crazy thing what they would have done in one of those fucking domes had they decided to use it. But, yeah, they bugged out, man. It looked like they were in a hurry. They had left some stuff behind, but completely cleared out.
Okay. Did the LT go with you guys?
No.
Okay. You heard she's no longer with us, right? She's been reassigned somewhere.
No, I didn't.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
I would explain why I
So-
haven't seen her around.
Yeah. We got dropped onto like a UPP planet where they were doing bioweapons testing shit, and there was a bunch of problems, and then they nuked like a city. When we got pulled out of cryo, we were told that LT wasn't on the ship anymore. She was out on a mission. We were told by Roy, so we thought she might have gone on a mission with you guys, because you weren't there either.
No, man, we were pulled out of cryo by Roy as well, and Sergeant Wilkes gave us our brief.
Okay.
LT wasn't part of it.
Have we heard the name Sergeant Wilkes before?
Yeah, he's their staff sergeant.
Okay.
So he's their Zimborski, but he's less of a hard ass. He's the guy that looks like Terry Cruz.
Okay.
I shared his art once because it looks awesome. It's what did I tell the AI to do? Terry Crews and the guy that did the voice for Captain Anderson in Mass Effect.
Oh.
He was in what's the movie with Jennifer Connelly about the drugs?
That's a lot of movie.
What is
Okay, I'll just quick
Requiem
Google
for a
search.
Dream? I can't remember his name. Anyway, this is what he looks like. Keith David? Is that it?
That sounds right. Yeah, Keith David voices Anderson. Yeah.
So Keith David and Terry Crews spliced
Okay.
together.
Nice.
Apparently, they stole Master Chief's armor too in this picture. It looks like, doesn't it?
Yeah, a little bit. Okay. All right, yeah. You guys had your sergeant up for yours. Our Zimborski was out for ours. We just had Roy, and then some hollow vid of Spears telling us about the mission.
Oh, that guy gives me the creeps.
Yeah, not too fond of that. All right, well, shit. If you guys don't know, you're good with computers and all this stuff, right?
He kind of looks around at all the Comtech equipment around him like that's a stupid
Kind of
question.
sarcastic, but yeah, right? Yeah.
No, I just like to mess with wires because I got nothing better to do with my time.
Hey, there's a lot of copper wires and everything, and it is actually pretty good if you can't find any other way to make money, is to strip copper wire from things. But, I need to send a message to someone on the down low,
Okay.
and I'm not very good with this kind of stuff, so there's a bunch of weird stuff going on, and I know someone on the outside who can maybe help. You able to help me set that up?
Yeah. Yeah, I helped O'Connell do the same thing.
Oh. Okay, cool. Who'd he send a message to?
You guys would know. He's probably talking about Ishigara.
Okay. I'm just curious, maybe he has, like, a secret wife or something. You never know.
Not to my knowledge.
Okay. Well, shit. Yeah, so whenever you got time, just let me know, and we can set that up.
Yeah. Just make the roll for him now. He's like, so how encrypted are you talking here? Because the more encrypted you want this, the harder it's going to be and the longer it's going to take.
The type of encrypted where I'm worrying about upper brass finding out that we sent this message. So, pretty encrypted.
Okay, so kind of the same thing that O'Connell's been up to.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me see what I can do here. Alright, here we go. We'll give him some bonuses from his gear.
Nice. That's what I like to see. Oh,
Not
okay.
sure why he has a stress point. Probably shouldn't. But he still has 2. Yeah. He set something up. He's like, all right. He's like, I put up a lot of the usual basics here. Mimicked similar to what I did with O'Connell, but not exactly, because you don't want to repeat things identically. That's just asking for one thing to get hacked. They all get hacked. So,
Sure.
Yeah. That should do your trick, I think.
Okay, great.
And he shows you, like, when you set things up, and he starts explaining, stuff in, like, IT terms that you probably don't understand, like,
My eyes gloss over.
Oh, it's dummy email that reroutes it to a different server, that goes to a different IP, and, then there's, backdoor inside and you're just like, like...
Whoa, cool, yeah. It's crazy, bro.
And then he notices that he's like, anyway, just send them the message, okay? It'll be fine.
Okay. All right, thanks.
Yeah.
And yeah, we'll see you tomorrow. Bring a present for O'Connell.
All right, we'll do.
All right.
All right. Tagar and Reed. What about you guys? Do you guys talk to anybody in Chimera Squad, or just get the info from Cruz?
To get the info from Cruz.
Yeah, so I want to see if I can find a way to access this floppy drive I found.
Oh, the one that Tanya gave you?
Yeah.
Yes, I forgot about that. Let me go to her inventory, because I almost forgot about that. I'm glad Scaarr did not. Okay, let me see.
Like, are floppy drives like that pretty common?
It's called magnetic tape, is the actual item.
Yeah.
And holds up to 120 terabytes of data. A 200-year-old technology. Magnetic tape cassettes have become popular on the frontier simply because they are both disposable and cheap. Utilizing sputter deposition technology, these cassettes can hold anywhere between 60, 90, or 120 terabytes of information each. While easily disrupted by a strong magnetic pulse, the benefit of magnetic tapes is that the archaic technology that runs them produces no easily detected wave signals. Most security sensor grids are set to detect more sophisticated electronic hardware. All these factors combined have managed to keep magnetic tapes in vogue for the past 50 years. So it's literally a cassette tape that she dropped or had. So yeah, there's nothing. I guess you don't really have to hack it. You just listen to it or play it, I guess.
And whatever cassette player is easy to come by?
Yeah. It's common tech.
Okay.
Let me just see what's actually on it.
So I'd be listening. Spend some time listening. Maybe taking notes if I need to, but maybe not write anything down yet.
Okay.
Are we able to spend XP during the downtime?
Yes, absolutely. Yes, you guys want to decide on that while I finish up with Tagar here. So Tagar, you listen and or watch this tape, and to your surprise, it contains the gene sequencing that the UPP was using on the Darkstar program for the Neomorph and Heomorph projects.
Okay.
Basically, for lack of a better term, this is the genetic code that they've been trying to tinker with to make their version of the Neomorph.
Does any of it make sense to me?
No, it's all scientist jargon, but you can gather that this is like having the secret recipe for their entire bioweapons program.
Is it video or just voice?
It doesn't specify. so I don't think it really matters.
How many, I guess, hours?
Oh, it's probably probably fairly short, because it's really just that like little bit of information. So the rest of the tape is empty.
Okay. I guess I just kind of stashed in my footlocker for now until I think of a reason to. Or maybe stash it in like an empty, like somewhere that it's like not associated with me, I guess. Like maybe an empty footlocker somewhere. Or...
Well, that you tell me. Where would Tagar put it? What is up with my camera tonight, man?
It looks in focus.
Is it? Okay, I don't know. Yeah, where would
Well,
you have it?
my eyes might be blurry as fuck. I don't know. It looks pretty in focus.
So, my thought is like, so I've been like sketching up the ship for a while. So maybe like if there is like maybe a room that's not used very much, like an empty storage space, closet maybe, somewhere I can kind of like stash it that isn't like well used, or behind a box, behind under something.
Okay. Why don't you give me a survival test?
Oh.
That seems like an appropriate skill to find a place to stash this. Alright. Do you want to push? More successes will be better in this case.
Yeah, I'll push that.
If anybody happens to be looking or in the area, it'll be an opposed test. So 2 successes, okay. Alright, yeah, you think you've got a spot that probably be really out of the way for someone to accidentally stumble upon. Alright, who's this? Loginen? I'm sorry, I can't pronounce your name, buddy, but thank you for joining us. Greetings.
Howdy.
Loginen? Nine? Loginen? Is that it? Are you from Germany? Welcome. Thanks for joining us. Yeah, you find a good place to stash it. No problem. Oh wow, we got a raid. How nice.
Oh shit.
Infinite monkey tails. Well, thank you. Appreciate
Hello
it.
and welcome.
Appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much. We're playing some Alien RPG tonight. Playing through the Frontier War campaign. We're in some downtime right now between missions. Okay, so Tagar, yeah, you find a place to hide this stuff. No problem. Very easy. Very easy to do.
Cool.
All right. Is there anything else that you guys do with Chimera Squad? Anything else you want to ask them?
But I might just like kind of do the same thing Cruz did with Green. Just kind of corroborate the story.
Sorry, I'm reading our chat log here. New friends from IMT. What is IMT there, Jake? I don't know what that stands for. But thank you for joining us. Appreciate it.
Maybe that's the stream that raided?
Oh yeah, that would make sense. Infinite Monkey Tails. Duh. Wow. This is why I have you here to help me.
Oh, reliable.
Old reliable. I'm just like a calculator. Always putting in the work.
All right. I'm sorry. What were you saying there, Eric?
I just kind of do the same thing Cruz did and like check in with Green, corroborate the stories.
Okay. So
fill him in on our side and just see if he had anything different to say.
No, it's mostly the same, but Green explains to you, he's like, yeah, so we were sent back to the Grandi Domes. It turns out Intel said that the Children of the Two Divides, they had a hideout there the whole time. Probably why they were able to get to the mine so quickly during that mission that you guys had. But we got there and they had already bugged out, man. They were definitely there, no doubt about it. But, according to what I was told, the intel said that this was their primary base of operations, and they just up and left. So, word on the street, they think something big is up with the cult. Maybe they're planning a big target or something for them to just move and just take everything with that they had.
Well, no clue where they went.
No. And we got there, place was empty. Pretty much if it wasn't bolted down, it was taken. They left they had some heavy equipment there, but everything else was gone. So, who knows? Rather uneventful mission, but
Must be nice. I'll take one of those next time.
Fucking lucky.
But he's like, yeah, man, LT was not... we were briefed by Wilkes, woken by Roy. LT was already gone.
Well. Yeah.
They told us she was on another mission.
Same here. So. Weird. They usually don't transport that quickly.
Yeah. It's a little strange, huh?
Everything about these missions is strange these days.
Well, I hope maybe she got a cushier job, but I doubt it.
Yeah. Alright, well, you hear anything else, let me know. Looks like, always preparing for something else. Another mission, so.
Yep. Will do.
Yeah.
Alright. Well,
So, do we all come together and discuss this?
yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I just explained what Carvalho told me and then let them know, he helped me set up some encryption, so I'm going to send a message to my cousin. See if maybe we can find out what happened or get in contact with the LT. What'd you guys find out? Reed? Yeah.
I was getting my something done. I just didn't have time.
Yeah? You didn't have time?
I didn't see anybody while I was out and about, so I was getting some stuff done,
Who'd you look for?
Anybody from the squad,
Yeah, list any of their names.
So I heard Staff Sergeant needs some help in the armory. If you want to go check that out.
Use your time a little bit more effectively than just sitting and doing nothing.
I wasn't doing nothing, okay?
He was testing out that WD-40.
Alright. Okay, great. So, Reed, once again, useless. Firing blanks.
Whoa.
Weaver's like, all right, enough. Okay, so LT's MIA under mysterious circumstances. Clearly, something is up, and probably not the good sort of thing.
Right.
What are you going to send to Cuss?
Let her know what I found, what happened on the last mission. I mean, we found out the UA actually is doing bioweapons, and that it mutated and was going rogue. Tell her the name of the scientist that we worked with, give a general physical description. I know our LT is missing, and I suspect that A.V. Spears has something to do with it. And honestly, there might be a leak. When I talked to Carvalho, he said that their mission was very easy. There's supposed to be a major cult base there, and they just up and left. It looked like stuff had been there, but all their stuff was gone. Anything they couldn't bring with them, and they even had a tank.
Shit.
Yeah.
No. Those lunatics run around with nerve gas and other crazy shit. Not surprised to hear, but not the type of people I'd give a tank to.
Nope, but who knows where they got it from. But they also have that droid synth, Mishka, right? And has seems to have gone off the...
Yeah, if what Maitland said is to be believed.
Well, we saw Mishka at on one of the missions.
Oh, that's right. You guys did see the footage on the station. That's right.
Yeah. She was with the Cult of the Two Divines, and she was even like somehow communicating with that gigantic Queen Alien thing. So something's happened. And Maitland's another example, right? He killed 2 humans that he was tasked with being the assistant of, and he seems to, despite our questions, be sort of more than a synthetic at this point. So
yeah, Weaver actually looks to you, Tagar, and she's like, well, now that LT's gone, we don't necessarily know if we can trust Zimborski, so it's literally just the 4 of us.
Wow, O'Connell, right?
I was including O'Connell. I can't count. Please be my calculator, as we've discussed previously.
5 would include O'Connell. 6 would include Herschel.
Yeah, 5, 6 if we count Herschel. 7, 8, 9 if we count all the NPCs that are your backup characters. But anyway, but she's like, so it's really just us, right? What are we going to do about Maitland and his little proposition? She's like, that's probably going to fall on ours, if not your shoulders, Tagar, to make that call, now that LT isn't here.
It's a good question. I mean, do we have the authority to make that call?
Yeah, I would think it'd go to Spears.
Definitely Staff Sergeant.
Do we...
I don't think we should let it go to them.
Yeah, you see, that's like what Weaver's getting to.
But
she agrees
do we
with
just
Cruz.
do we just have access to Maitland on whenever
He's
we
got to
want?
still be on the ship, right?
Yeah, he's just a head right now, right? We
Yeah.
just need his brain.
Yeah, you guys have him on the ship. And I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, was Roy awake around when you guys... I don't think he was. I think he was actually in cryo, if I recall.
Yeah, it was Herschel, and then we woke up...
And LT and you guys, I think.
And Weaver, yeah. So Roy wasn't there.
No, yeah, he wasn't.
So you guys don't know. I mean, he might know, but as far as you guys are aware, Roy does not know about Maitland.
I mean, where would Maitland be plugged in?
You guys had him in lockdown in like one of the labs or something. But you could, because he's just ahead at this point, you could take him offline and keep him hidden somewhere if you wanted to. So we can assume that's something you guys wanted to do before you went into cryo after the last mission. You could. You'll probably even have Herschel keep tabs on him if you wanted to, just because sometimes Herschel's not in cryo when you guys are in FTL. So
yeah,
kind of keep an eye
on it. Our agreement with him was that he would help us decipher the engineer language and the stuff with the flute and all that, but we would have him sort of come along when we made major discoveries or something.
Yes, and he wants to be reunited with Mishka, and the cult is ultimately what he wants. But he said he is willing to. He's confident that he can decode the messages. He just needs time, and he's willing to give you that information, and any other information regarding the all the shit that's going on. But he does want to, ultimate. I mean, in a perfect world, he wants to get his body back or a body back, and then also be reunited with Mishka.
No shot.
But
okay.
But at least
bowl you at Mishka.
Yeah, at least reuniting his head with Mishka, then he could probably get a new body. She could get him a new body in some way. So
Do we want to check with Maitland, see if he knows maybe where they would have moved their main base to if they're no longer on the mining planet?
Maybe. Can we... We still can't, like, set our own missions.
No. Can't, but we can sneak some information to Zimborski, and then he can try to push it up the chain.
Or to Cuz, right? Maybe
Yeah.
it came down from her. Hey, special assignment. I mean, look at all the other shit we've been sent on. Obviously, somebody wants us doing something out of the ordinary every fucking time we come out of the tubes.
Yeah.
Not wrong there.
What's one
Might
more
be
between friends?
Roy Ford.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's
go plug him in.
plug him in.
Fully a synthetic.
Clap on, clap off. Okay. Well, we will assume you guys have somewhere, probably on the Tamb'itam, because you wouldn't want to try to carry him around onto the base. So you have somewhere on the Tamb'itam where you can keep Maitland, keep him hidden and deactivated, and then, basically ghetto rig and plug him into an outlet so you can talk to him. I mean, Ripley did it, and she was, on a fucking prison planet, so I'm sure on a military vessel, there's plenty of places you can do this.
Yeah,
So,
easy.
Is Herschel there with you guys? Or is Elijah with you?
At
'Cause
this
they
point,
were last time.
Cruz would be
Elijah-
very hesitant to bring any other synthetics here.
That's why I ask.
Yeah. But if the rest of the group is like, we want Herschel there, that's fine.
We'd probably do this without Herschel at this point,
Okay.
and then kind of see what information we gather, and then be selective in what we tell Herschel.
Be real shitty if Herschel's just innocent in all this and we're just treating him like an ass.
Listen, we've been betrayed by so many goddamn synthetics at this point.
That is the beauty of synthetics. Not in just this setting, but really in like every setting, right? It's the ultimate question. What does it mean to be human? Alright, Scaarr's on his way back. Good to hear. Okay.
Alright.
Well, you power up Maitland, the 5 of you, because Weaver's there, I can count. Learning has occurred. And, his eyes flutter. He starts to move a little bit, what little, he can move. And he greets you with that eerie, pleasant smile.
Just want to punch him.
Hello, Marines. Good to be back online.
Yeah,
We'll share his
got some
artwork
interesting,
again, just so you guys can see that smug mug.
some interesting developments the last few weeks.
Do tell.
Looks like the cult has left the mining planet
Is that right?
very, very suddenly.
And how did you come across this information, Corporal?
Apparently, Sergeant Green's squad was sent out there to go clean up the mess, and everything was picked clean. Like they had just disappeared.
He gives you a wry smile.
Fucking hate him.
Seems like you might have some information about that.
It would seem Mishka might
Is there
be
a plan in
making...
the works?
She might be making her final moves. If they were to up and leave their base of operations. The Grandi Domes, I can tell you, were the cult's primary base of operations. So if you're telling me that they have up and left, then I could only assume, as anyone with any modicum of common sense could, that they are probably planning something big.
Any idea on what constitute big?
Well, I can tell you that whatever the plan might be, it's not coming from Grand Seer Jonas. It's coming from Mishka. So perhaps she's dubbed that now the time is right to put that plan into action. Were I to perhaps have access to the network, I could reach out to her and find out these plans. Perhaps even we could set up an exchange.
What sort of exchange?
Like we discussed before. I can be reunited with Mishka, and in return, I can finish deciphering and decoding the engineer hieroglyphics. Perhaps give some other bonus information depending on how well this all goes.
I don't know, Tagar. Something doesn't sound right there.
I mean, that doesn't help us survive whatever's coming.
Oh, it might. But that might require you to trust me, Corporal. A difficult thing, I understand.
We haven't exactly seen eye to eye with Mishka over the last few months.
Well, as I had told you before, Mishka and I's ultimate goals really won't be crossing your paths once we're on our way. So, you can just be free of both of us, out of your hair, if you will.
I don't think that's the case.
Unless you plan on following us, I don't foresee our paths crossing again.
I think you're forgetting.
I mean, our paths have been crossing more frequently than I would like over the past few months. Are you just gonna disappear into the void after this?
Maybe.
Well, you
Your goal
understand,
is still
you
to
know,
find the engineer planet, right?
I'll say that again. I'm sorry.
Your goal is still to find the engineer planet, the one
Indeed.
that the
Doesn't really seem to be your goal, does it? So,
not currently, no.
Not our personal goal, but God only knows what the uppers want. And then the fact that she's got a queen, I don't think the uppers are gonna like that either. So,
well,
I mean, what happens to the...
it seems your uppers have not been very good at putting a stop to that, have they? If they tracked down the children to their primary base, it seems they were too late. So,
Do you know if there's maybe a leak? Someone that's leaking information to the children of the two divines?
even if I did, why would I tell you?
Your end goal is to be reunited. The more you help us, the easier that makes our job of getting you back to them.
And
Also,
what,
help us to trust you.
what would leaking information to the cult? Who would benefit from such a thing?
well, they almost got caught if we got the jump on them at their base.
Maybe a believer
Just a
in
squad
this.
of Marines.
Well, if you're asking me for a list of every person in the outer heavens that believes in the cult's message, I'm afraid that I cannot assist you with.
Nope, just maybe someone who's in the UA military, maybe even on this ship.
That's actively giving information away.
He looks at you for a moment, Tagar. He says, "Look, Corporal. There's no leak, as far as I am aware. But you must understand that I am not privy to every single occurrence within the cult. Mishka and I just happened to cross paths, and, well, our shared interests have led us on the same path. But the cult is merely a means to an end for us. Well, for me at least."
Can I do an observation to see if he's
Sure. Sure, of course.
not being on the up and up?
How do you know with that maniacal smile of his?
I love it. All right, let me give him the old opposed roll here. That's a lot of dice. Wow. Well, you can't push, so 2 successes. Okay. You feel as if he is not hiding anything from you.
Okay.
Just that pleasant smile. I'll tell you what, Corporal. If you can get me access to the network, and I can get in contact with Mishka, the first thing I'll do is ask her if there's a leak. Just for you.
Does Mishka trust you enough to give you information when you're in enemy hands?
Well, I think if we establish some boundaries, perhaps, make our ultimate goals known to each party, she's not unreasonable. Quite the contrary. Probably the most logical out of any of us here, and myself excluded.
You get a message off without being caught?
Oh, that's easy enough. There's a dark part of the network that only synthetics can reach. And that's how we first encountered one another. Your friend Herschel is free to monitor my conversation if that'll make you feel any better. Or perhaps you don't trust him either, since he's a artificial person as well. Tricky predicament, Corporal.
You had to throw that in there, huh?
Alright. Give me a moment to discuss this with my squad. Let's,
Sure, your command adjutant would be a fine person to help monitor as well.
Yeah, okay.
Or maybe Elijah. So many synthetics around you. Yet such a disdain for us. Interesting. Well, have your little meeting. I'll be right here.
Just unplug him.
Just palms down.
Alright, fuck that guy. God damn.
just punt him out the airlock.
God, I love androids.
God, I don't... Tagar, I don't know if we could trust him with connecting to the mainframe.
I don't know that we can either, but... What? Okay, I mean, I'm willing to hear ideas, options here.
I mean, if we want to trust Herschel and Elijah to monitor him, maybe we also have like Carvalho and one of our other Comtech Marines from Chimera monitoring the conversation.
Maybe. I mean, he said it was on the Android network, so I don't know if we can. Can we tap into that?
You can't have like an Android-only network, right? Because they have to report to humans. The humans have to have some way to access it.
Well, you said it was part of the dark web,
right?
Basically, it's the dark web. Basically, is something the androids have access to. I'll make a roll here for O'Connell to see if he knows of any way that he can access that. Make get rid of his stress. Actually, O'Connell's going under surgery, so you don't have his expertise to fall back on.
I have Comtech now.
Then go ahead and roll.
Yeah.
Hey man, fucking
and
push it to the limit.
This will be at minus, because you know nothing about the dark web and how that works. I would say probably.
As far as you know.
Hey, are you saying Reed has never tried to hire a hitman on the dark web?
That is exactly what I'm saying. We'll go with -2, please. A hard test. Just thinking about the dark web gets you nervous. I never touched this stuff.
Oh, great.
No, yeah, there you go.
Okay.
So let's talk this through. What benefit is there to him talking to Mishka? He
finds
gets
out the
maybe
location.
reunited, and they find out where we're at. What do we
Well,
get out of it?
And we don't know if he maybe has access into, like, Mother or anything like that, right?
Well, who's to know he even deciphers it correctly? Gives us some false, you know.
Yeah.
But I'm asking, like, what is the benefit to us deciphering that? Does that help us?
Well, if we find out, like, where they're going or maybe what their plans are, we can push that information to my cousin, let Zamborski know, and then maybe we can prevent some kind of catastrophe or attack.
Yeah,
goal
Weaver
is-
kind of nods, like, even if it's not, like, in our job description, those fuckers have a queen. And everything that we've learned about these things, all it takes is one of those eggs
Mm-hmm.
to kill a whole colony, right? And they could be
Yeah,
making an
so-
army of these fucking things, so...
Our plan is to gear up and go to war wherever they're headed next.
Well, I think if nothing
get-
else, if
Get Commanda.
have the information and pass it up top. I mean, obviously, Command wants to deal with them, right? They wouldn't have sent Chimera Squad out after him.
Yeah. Maybe it might be time to let, like, Zamborski in on this.
You know, and
Mhm.
if you know, worst case scenario, we've got someone higher up that's running this Project Life Force. They're after these aliens. They clearly don't want the cult to have them, right? The cult stole them. So, if nothing else, one bad guy kills the other bad guy, right? At least one less monster in the galaxy.
Yeah.
Not wrong there.
All right. So then, we're gonna give them access.
We might want to clear this with Zamborski first. He's probably him and Wilkes with a. No.
Weaver doesn't like that idea. She's like, I don't.
I mean,
I'm with O'Connell's thought process on this. I think it's us, and that's it.
yeah.
You know, maybe we bring in Herschel and Elijah. No, maybe not Elijah, but I trust Herschel.
Yeah, Herschel's been through a lot of this with us. He knows basically everything we do at this point.
And we're gonna need a synth to be in there with him.
Yeah.
Yeah, Elijah's new. I don't know enough about him yet.
He's also
You know,
still,
it
like,
wouldn't
probably
be a bad
decommissioned.
idea either. You know, if O'Connell can reach out to Mid, see if maybe he's got anything else. Because I mean, technically, he did give us information about this base before we even got there. So
Yeah, but not enough that we could have identified it previously.
right, but maybe we might get a hint of what's to come.
Yeah.
Maybe he already
It
knows.
might not hurt to reach out to him, be vague, but see if he's got anything.
Well, if you want to go wake up O'Connell,
Weaver
I'll
has
leave that
this
to you.
incredulous look on her face, like you're even suggesting Schmidt.
I understand we don't like him. I mean, I don't really know the guy, so
No. Let's get this straight. It's not that you don't like him. It's that we don't like him because he's a psychotic asshole. And I don't trust a goddamn thing that comes out of his mouth, text message or otherwise.
and there's a reason he got picked up out of here and is working for them now.
I would trust Roy before I trust that motherfucker.
Damn, Adam. You did a great job.
At least if Roy smothered me in my sleep, I knew he was ordered to do it. It was his programming. Smith just do it for shits and giggles.
Yeah.
I'm not wrong.
No,
I don't hear anybody
I
countering
don't
that
know the
point.
guy, so
Yeah.
I
So-
just it's just a suggestion, you know.
Well, it's a terrible suggestion, and don't bring it up again.
I mean, I feel like that's a
All
call
right.
for Tagar, but you know.
She just gives you the stink eye. She just looks. She's burrowing her eyes through you right now. Don't you even fucking consider it.
Hey. All right. Well, I guess we're waking him back up, and
Bring Herschel in, give him the rundown, and then...
yep. Yeah, we'll probably bring in Herschel first. Tell him what we're thinking of doing.
Okay.
And then we'll wake up Maitland and see what we can do.
Wonderful. Okay. Well, we're almost at our we are at our halfway point here, so why don't we take our break real quick? Maybe Scaarr will be back by the time we get back here, because there is a few things I wanted to give to his character that might, there's a little bit of other information here you guys might want to know about first. So, if he's not back, I'll give you that information. We'll go from there. So we're gonna take our break. Anyone who's still joining us right now, we got a couple people here. Yeah, from our friends over at the Infinite Monkey Tales. We normally take a break halfway through. We normally start at 8:30 on Saturday nights. We play usually till about midnight, so we usually take a break right around 10:30, just for about 5-10 minutes, get some Dr. Pepper, use the bathroom, so on and so forth. So we're going to take our break, and we'll be back in a few minutes. So don't go anywhere. And there we go. All right. So, Scaarr, welcome back. We've been raided by the Infinite Monkey Tales, who've decided to join us tonight. So, this is Scaarr, also known as Sean, but we don't like to have two Seans, so we just call him Scaarr instead.
We have a game with 2 Seans and 2 Matts in it. I mean,
yeah, it's crazy.
I'm the artist formerly known as Sean.
Oh, okay.
So, we'll just kind of dive right in here without much of a recap right now. But basically, you guys are on downtime. You've made your way back to Mt Tithonious, where the Tamb'itam, after being heavily damaged, is going to be getting some repairs. We're going through downtime events. And O'Connell is going to be getting his surgery to get a new arm.
Oh, huzzah.
However, before that surgery happens, Tagar, your squad leader, has been tasked with informing O'Connell's wife, Marjorie, I believe her name was, right?
Yeah.
The only
Resident Evil 7.
The only member in his family that doesn't have a stupid name. What was it? Levi?
Marjorie's not dumb to you?
Levi and Denim.
Denim? Jesus Christ. Okay. So, yeah, they're dead, by the way. Alien
It said Levi and Denim.
One of them is
I'm
Levi.
sure.
One of them is Levi.
One of them was absolutely a Gene type. Okay.
What's the other one's name?
It was Levi and I don't know.
Eustace?
It wasn't Denim, though. That would be hilarious.
You don't even know your own kids' names.
How dare you? I might have actually written it down.
Yeah. Sean takes all these good notes, and you can't even remember your own kids' names. Jesus.
Jeez.
All right. Anyway.
Amateurs.
So, O'Connell has been tasked... Tagar has been tasked with informing O'Connell's wife about his recent injury and upcoming surgery as his commanding officer. So, I guess O'Connell, would you like to roleplay the wife in this regards when he gives you a call?
No, I definitely
Ring.
would like you to be my wife.
Thank you.
Chris is wife material. Yeah.
I am.
getting an arm?
Yeah.
It'll never go tired.
My ex-wife certainly didn't think that. Oh, shots fired.
Boom! Got her! Or is that more on you, Chris? I don't know. But...
The trauma never stops around here. Okay, anyway. All right, serious face. We're back in. Okay, so.
Yeah.
Do you do a vid call or just like a regular phone call, for lack of a better term?
I guess probably a vid call. Make it more personal.
Okay. So you call her up. A couple rings go by, and then she answers. I'm sure you've probably seen a picture of her at this point, since you've been O'Connell's been part of your squad for quite a while now. And we see this rather attractive redhead, probably wearing some sort of denim, and
Overall,
yeah, that's what I was thinking. Overalls, you know, she's got her hair in a ponytail. And yeah, she clicks on the machine, and there she is, and she's like, "Hello," and then, you know, at first she probably thinks it's O'Connell, and then she sees clearly it's someone else. She has a
hi,
confused
Mrs.
look on her
O'Connell.
face. Yeah.
My name's Corporal Mike Tagar. I'm corporal of your husband there, O'Connell.
Yeah. Tagar. Yeah, he's mentioned you a couple times.
Yeah, it's nice to finally meet you. I do wish it was under better circumstances.
Her
He is doing
attitude,
okay.
like, instantly changes as soon as you say that, and you see she's about to say something, and then you're like, "He's okay," and then she stops whatever she was going to say.
He's okay. He was injured in a recent mission. Nope.
How bad?
He did lose an arm.
What?
Yeah, there was a infection, and we had to amputate. He's aware of it. He, he made the final decision to stop the spread.
She's like, "What do you mean what kind of infection?"
Blood infection. Something he got hit with on one of the missions.
She's like, what do you mean something? What was it?
I don't think if I would have an answer for this.
Got the gangrene.
She's like, "Tagar, what the fuck happened to my husband?"
Like I said, he lost his arm. We had to be amputated, and tomorrow he's going into surgery to get a replacement, robotic replacement. He is currently asleep through this procedure, but I will make sure personally he gives you a call as soon as he's out of surgery. But I wanted to let you know that he's currently doing okay, but is undergoing this procedure tomorrow.
It looks like she has like a million questions to ask, and she does finally like compose herself a bit. She still looks like she's pretty upset and angry, more angry than anything. And she asks a few more kind of clarifying questions, and when can I talk to him? When can I see him? Where's he at? Do you tell her where he's at?
Where we're at isn't necessarily classified.
No, it's not.
So, I let her know, we're in this. Looking at the Mt Tithonious, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Currently, he's in cryo, waiting for surgery, and he should be available to speak after.
Okay. Fuck. All right. Well, I hate to ask, but is this covered? Like,
Yes.
Marines
Yes.
take care of this?
The Marines are taking care of this. We got a rush replacement in the works. O'Connell's been a stellar Marine out here, and we're working to get him the best.
Okay.
He's being very well taken care of.
All right, good. Well, he had a lot of good things to say about you and that Cruz guy, so that's good to hear.
Yeah. Cruz is here with us. Like I said, we're gonna be with him every step of the way. We've been keeping good care of him and making sure that he's getting the best arm we can get him.
So does this equate to a discharge, or is he still active? I mean, what's expected of him now?
That is probably a better question for higher up. We can work to get to that answer. I don't know that's. I don't know. That wouldn't necessarily send him home, would it?
Not in the Alien universe, no.
Not that I'm aware.
It's easy. Yeah, I mean, it's easy to replace, so...
So
It's just look at
Capitalist
Cruz. He just keeps
society.
getting purple hearts and sit back in there.
Dude, we don't
Get
have
back
enough
in there,
Marines.
boy.
We don't have enough Marines to discharge him right now until he's dead, okay? So...
I'm gonna be like a cyber walker, just making my way with a sniper rifle down.
It's just gonna be
I mean,
the
what is
fucking
the-
heads in the glass jar from Futurama.
what are the enlistment terms? I imagine there's not like 4-year contracts anymore.
I need a full contract, Chris, so I know exactly what I'm getting into.
They I'll write that out for next Monday.
Love it.
4-year contracts, but only when you're awake. It
That, no,
counts.
that is exactly how it works. Your time in cryo does not count, basically. Yeah.
That's
That's
horrific.
Typically how contracts in the Alien universe work. So I would
Oh,
imagine the
God.
military ones are the same way. Yep. So
Yeah, I think O'Connell's been active for 10 years, but he's been in the Corps for 12.
Okay, so you got 2 more years left awake on your contract.
Yeah.
yeah. Once I get to 20, I'll be all set, right? Yeah. My kids will be out of the house at that point. Great
Go
idea.
home and your wife's like old age.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's-
20 years.
But
long.
that's the problem when you work in space and Alien is your family keeps getting older and you necessarily don't.
Yeah.
It's kind of fucked up.
That's super depressing.
Yeah, 40 years goes by back home while you're only 20,
Yeah.
15 maybe.
I mean, we're on a 2 parsec ship. Imagine if you're like on a 20 parsec. It takes 20 days to troll across a parsec.
Yeah. Yeah, you're it's gonna be a long day, Tater. Alright. Well, I guess yeah, thanks for the call and yeah, just have him give me a call as soon as he's out. Is he still smoking? I'll take that as a yes. Make him
fucking
stop.
rat me out, Tagar.
Make him stop. All right. Take his cigs away. Do whatever you have to do.
All right, we'll get our best addict on it.
What?
Are you gonna out my medical shit? How dare you? That's a HIPAA violation, motherfucker.
He knows he's in HR.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I was in medical work before,
She's
so
like-
I know that.
She's
There is
like,
no hip in the military.
Well, we'll keep an eye on him.
Okay. All right. 019. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. Man, it is hopping tonight. This is exciting. I feel like we're real streamers now. This is so exciting.
They called us gentlemen.
Yeah.
I feel distinguished now.
Do we need to use the addiction rules on O'Connell now?
No.
I don't know. I mean, if someone listen, he's
Yeah, should we roll for lung cancer at this point? Like,
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think it takes like a decade to start taking actual in-game damage from cigarettes, right?
Probably.
Right?
All right.
Well, it depends. Is it awake time or cryo time?
No, you're safe in cryo. Dude, if cryo can save you from a chest burster, it can save you from cancer. At least temporarily, right? So, all right. So, Scaarr, we did our downtime events. I did one for O'Connell and one for Elijah. O'Connell obviously is getting his surgery and getting a new arm. And what the squad ultimately finds out is that Secretary De La Cruz did pull some strings. You are getting a mechanical one. You're not getting a synthetic arm because being in the military, the mechanical ones are far more common, not as expensive. Synthetic ones, very expensive, very not as well developed as mechanical ones. They haven't been around as long, so very, very high tech. obviously they're not going to do that on a regular soldier. However, the mechanical arm that you do get is about as top of the line as you can possibly have for a mechanical arm. So basically, for lack of a better term, you basically have a Terminator T-1000 arm now.
Hell yeah.
It is
Hell yeah, brother.
some high quality made up metal name that is super awesome.
Very professional, Chris.
Yep, some like unobtainium or
Ooh.
whatever. But
Centanium.
in game terms, there are no actual rules for cybernetics. However, I have been but lurking in the Alien Discord, talking to my fellow GMs, and I did get a couple good ideas. So, what this does, to keep it simple, this arm will give you a permanent +1 to your close combat skill. However, it's really meant more for grabbing, holding, and smashing things and being durable. It's not the most finesse of things, so it'll give you a -1 to your mobility rolls.
Okay.
Which I know is your best stat, but I'm sorry.
I mean, that kind of balances out.
Yeah, I felt it was better to do bonuses and negatives to skills and not attributes. That seemed a little overkill.
Yeah.
Because, like, having mechanical arm shouldn't necessarily give you more health or make your heavy machinery rolls better.
Maybe make your armor better.
But if you punch somebody, I would imagine it would
yeah.
be better. And, like, I don't really foresee it making it harder to pull the trigger on a gun. But do fine motor tasks, maybe, so hence mobility. So
Okay, we'll rig a AK on your arm.
hell yeah, dude. just replace it with the whole suit arm from the suit. Yeah.
Like a Marnius Caligar arm gun.
Yeah. Now
I brought mine back too, so there's one more suit on the ship.
So that's what O'Connell has going on for him. I also rolled for Elijah. And for Elijah, after he's gone through his repairs to be brought back online after the awful experience of the last session, I rolled the Marine suffers from some terrible nightmares the night before the next mission. It could be a previous trauma, mental fatigue from the job, or just a single night terror. Now, this doesn't affect him as far as what it does, because it gives the Marine a point of stress on their next mission. However, he does still have these nightmares, and what Elijah experiences is over and over in his synthetic dreams, he sees the squad failing in whatever mission they're on, and one by one, either watching them all die and being unable to help them, or finding them all dead with no way to have stopped it. Part of this nightmare also includes him being deactivated and kind of reliving that experience when he shut down during the last mission, but never coming back online. And it shakes Elijah in a way that he would not think possible for a synthetic.
Okay.
Finally, I have one last thing here for O'Connell.
Ooh.
We'll assume the surgery goes on. There was actually something else with your downtime event. Unfortunately, in between the time of getting the surgery and coming out of cryo, and your body is having a little bit of difficulty getting used to the new prosthetic, you have encountered a little bit of sickness. So we need to see if you can fight that off or not. It's nothing major, but after such an extensive surgery, it could be problematic. So the Marine is exposed to some minor sickness, such as the flu or common cold. Roll a stamina test versus a disease with virulence 3. Failure means you'll have some sort of negative effect on the next mission. So this will be an opposed roll.
What was the modifier?
There's no modifier. It's a stamina test versus... It's a disease of 3, so it's got 3 dice. So I only rolled 3 dice. It's opposed. You have 1 success. Do you wish to push?
Yeah, fuck it.
Okay. O'Connell is made of sterner stuff, and you fight off the infection, ready and able for your next mission. Perhaps almost in better condition than you were before, and with a sweet mechanical arm now to boot.
You're so cool, bro. We're gonna rig that up with like a cool knife or something. Maybe a flamethrower.
Now the other thing, this might mess up the...
It was my left arm, right? It was my left arm?
It was your left arm, yes.
Yes, I'm becoming Cable from X-Men.
This might mess up. This might mess up
okay.
the cameras for a second, folks. I have to send Scaarr. Oh wait, I can do this in game chat instead. Foundry chat. I will send this message to you because you have received a message from your good friend Ishigara. Just make sure I'm doing the command here right. And I want to give this to you before the rest of the squad does the stuff they're going to do. That's kind of a long one. So let me try to spread this out.
Good. Droop in my mouth.
Oh.
Why?
Well, 019 in the chat is appreciating your Gravedigger hat.
Hell yeah.
I had a great time tonight at the
How was it?
Monster
Yeah.
Jam.
Tell us
I had
about
a
it.
lot more fun than my son. I might be a little bit more redneck than I thought.
I told you. I told you.
No, that's how he described it. He said he's going to a redneck event.
Yeah.
It took us like 4 guesses to get to Monster Truck Rally.
That's yeah, it's pretty accurate.
Sorry, this is
Like
really hard.
they're
to
doing their
separate.
tricks and everybody was doing the normal stuff, and then one of them finally did a donut, and I lost my shit.
Hell yeah.
Oh,
over a
sounds
donut?
great.
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, a monster truck doing a donut is kind of like crazy.
Dude, a monster
It's
truck
pretty rad.
sitting up on its back wheels like this is crazy.
Ooh,
Yeah,
yeah.
That's-
doing the back stands and the front stands. A lot of back flips, front flips. It was pretty wild.
Yeah,
one
dude.
of them caught fire. Pretty
Oh
rad.
shit!
Shit.
Sounds like a fucking great time.
My son was bored of it halfway through it.
Oh,
Now, the one that you watched, did they have, like, was it a competition? Like, was there a winner, or was it just everyone doing cool shit?
Yeah, they're all competition, like, but it's largely it's fan voting.
Yeah.
So like, but yeah, Gravedigger. So Gravedigger's always the big spectacle everyone that comes for. Not to digress too much, but Gravedigger's always the big draw, right?
Oh,
So
yeah.
he's the last one to do all the freestyle tricks and everything, and everyone's got like excited. They amped him up, and he flipped his truck in like 5 seconds accidentally, and he was done.
Oh, it sucks.
And he lost the competition because of it. It's funny.
that'd be so upsetting.
Okay, so I sent you a very long message you got from Ishigara. Would you like to read it? I assume that eventually O'Connell will share it with the squad, as he normally does. So, do you just want to read it for everybody? Or do you want me to read it?
Yeah. If you think it's not anything sensitive that I would want to keep secret, I will take your word for it and read it down.
No,
Give me
I
just
think
a
this
second to get my notes up.
I think this would be stuff that O'Connell would probably share. It takes up a whole screen of the text chat, so it's pretty long.
Okay. Do you want me to do this now, or actually like in a scenario when I
No,
say
you
hi
can
to
do it
everybody
now.
from Cryo? Okay. Hello, O'Connell. I hope this letter finds you well. I'm going to do it in Ishigara's voice, which is just my voice. Sorry, it's been some time since I last got in touch, but truth be told, there hasn't been much to report. Nothing noteworthy has occurred here for the last few weeks, and any rumors about the border bombings or the war have turned out to be just that, unsubstantiated at best.
Oh, sorry, that got copied twice.
No worries. When you had first mentioned Gannon, I looked him up. Just some mid-level company rep that worked in one of the insurance departments.
Oh, wait. I'm sorry. Something got deleted here. Hold on. This is the second paragraph. My mistake. This is the problem. Try to put all this in here. So this is the second paragraph. So that's what you want to read next.
After some time with nothing new, I started going over my notes once more when I came across that Kent Gannon guy's name again. I remembered I had found some other information I'd forgotten to pass along to you. It's nothing earth-shattering, but it's strange nonetheless. His credentials came up attached to the Nostromo. Oh. And LV-426 incidents. Sound familiar? If not, I've attached what I've been able to dig up. Now, aside from whatever really happened during these events, it seems Gannon was interested in them for some reason. This took a bit of digging, but I am certain he had assessed these reports and tried to cover his tracks.
Accessed.
While
sorry.
the base...
If I misspelled that, accessed these reports.
Access these reports. No, you did. I just read it wrong. While the basic stories of these events are public knowledge for those who know where to look, the finer details are classified.
Okay, and then pick up on the third paragraph in the first message. When you first mentioned.
When you first mentioned Gannon, I looked him up, just some mid-level company rep that worked in one of the insurance departments, nothing else worth noting. But this time around, something did come up. Nothing. Or should I say, there's nothing on him now. I can't find him anywhere. It's as if he never worked here before. Now I know the company can be a bit clandestine at times, but I've seen old records of people who have worked here for very short amounts of time, ranging to those who worked here even before the merger. To say Weyland-Yutani isn't thorough would be an understatement. The fact that all records of him ever being employed by the company seems to simply be gone gives me pause for concern. What happened to him? Did he get moved to some high clearance project, or has something more sinister happened or transpired? Unfortunately, that is all I can say on the subject. Any further investigation into the matter has yielded little else. It could be nothing, but I figured since the man was deployed alongside your squad, you might want to know. Take that for what you will. Any chance your squad will be at the summit? It seems I might be able to attend, and I still owe you and your squad that drink after Sunderdatch.
And as far as what he's attached about the Nostromo and LV-426, all of you can make wits rolls to see if you've ever heard of any of these events.
Oh god, I miss Elijah already.
Yeah, me and my 2 whips. I want to see a 6.
Man, you guys are so informed and up to date on world events. I'm proud of you.
Oh. Feels so good to roll a 6 on 2 dice.
So, you all, except for Tagar, have heard of these before. Primarily that the Nostromo, maybe not so much the Nostromo, what you guys have heard is that the colony of Hadley's Hope on LV-426, they lost contact with it back in the year 2121? I gotta check my timeline now. No, wait, no. 2121 is the Nostromo, I think.
And then it was 70 years after?
50-something years after. Where's Nostromo? 2121 is Nostromo. Hadley's Hope is 2157. Oh, I'm sorry, that's when it's established. So when is it destroyed?
Did he say 56 years in the movie? When she went out?
50-something years, yeah. 2179. Okay, so you guys know They lost contact with the colony. They sent in the Sulaco, a Conestoga-class starship, just like the Tamb'itam, with a squad of Marines to investigate. You may or may not have heard of the civilian advisor Ripley and the company agent Burke that were also with that. And apparently, Hadley's Hope was destroyed in some sort of thermonuclear explosion. Contact was lost with the Sulaco, and you've heard rumors of ghost sightings of the ship ever since. And now that it's around 2182, 83 right now is the current year. So we're talking about 4 or 5 years since that happened. And you guys have still heard reports of the Sulaco being spotted here and there. What is also included in Ishigara's reports clearly is stuff that was not made public. You learn about the Nostromo, a freighter that back in the year 2121 or 2122, depending on the source, apparently had some sort of encounter with a hostile alien organism, which resulted in the destruction of the ship and one survivor. And that survivor was one Ellen Ripley, who was the civilian person sent with the Sulaco to assist with Hadley's Hope. And as soon as you guys read that, you assume, obviously, they've got to be linked. Why would they send this civilian to something that's seemingly not related at all if she was indeed involved in something concerning an alien life form? Which, of course, makes all your minds jump to the Xenomorph, the Neomorphs, Project Life Force, Dark Star program, all that good stuff. It is believed by some that the UPP actually nuked Hadley's Hope, because there are rumors that UPP vessel was detected in the area around Hadley's Hope around the time of that incident, which at the time would have meant they were breaking treaties because they were in non-UPP space. But that's never been confirmed or verified. And there's probably a little bit about Alien 3 and how the escape shuttle crashed on Fury 161.
Is that the one that Adam really likes with the stupid, annoying space monster that gets sucked through a hole?
That's Resurrection.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Yeah. Which
you like Renona Redder?
That Resurrection has not actually happened yet because it's like 200 or 300 years in the future. So it is.
Jesus.
I believe it's in 2300 in Alien. So it's not happened at the time of the RPG.
Cool.
So we don't have to worry about that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that is what is given to you by Ishigara and what is shared with the rest of the squad.
Does the rest of the squad include Broderick?
I don't think so. That would be up to O'Connell. I would assume probably not, because he probably hasn't been really briefed in any of these other powwows. So I would assume it's the 4 of you, plus Weaver, and whether or not you include Herschel and Elijah is up to you. Which, for the record, tonight Scaarr has been a resounding no, because of all the great synth encounters you've had lately.
We're super sussy of synths right now.
Even Herschel?
Herschel's getting a reluctant pass right now.
Yes. Also, Lieutenant Weaver, Lieutenant Casados, is nowhere to be seen. You guys have discovered that she wasn't actually on the other mission with Chimera Squad. They were told the same thing, that she was on another mission. Turns out she's been reassigned to some other assignment, which Roy says he cannot disclose. You have learned that Chimera Squad's mission, they returned to the planet where Sonderdatch Mine was. They were sent into the Grandi Domes to apparently apprehend the cult of the Two Divines, where they were believed to be making their base of operations. But when Chimera Squad got there, the Children of the Two Divines had up and left. And then the last thing that happened is they were talking to Maitland. You guys have his head still hidden. No one else knows about it except you guys and the lieutenant. And we're trying to decipher what to do with him. And you guys had another conversation with him. He has requested to be given access to the network so that he can try to get in touch with Mishka and potentially find out what the cult is up to. He assumes they are up to something big if they have completely moved from their primary base. You guys are currently in discussion of whether or not you should do that, and also he has offered to finish translating the engineer hieroglyphics, and he has hinted at potentially other information that might be of interest to you guys in return for being reunited with Mother Mishka at some point in the future. And given a new body, but I don't think that's going to happen. But that is what he would like. So you guys are currently discussing that, and whether or not to give him access to the network. And if you do, it's been talked about letting Herschel be part of that so that he can monitor that conversation. So.
Because it's on the dark web, and we need an android who can access the dark web.
Yeah, basically.
Unless O'Connell is, good enough to access the dark web.
Reed is
We had Reed try it, and like he's done before consistently, he's failed.
He peed himself.
He is
A little tinkle in my pants. Sorry.
consistently ineffective and useless.
Wow.
I only pit 4 in contact now, and I still fail horribly.
You guys are bullies.
Well, no. As we saw, you weren't there on the last mission. He shot his smart gun 2 times and emptied the mag both times. And then
You did that with a smart gun. That'll take like 30 minutes.
It's surprising, but he
Yeah.
somehow did it.
He actually ran out of ammo completely.
I ran out of ammo. All I had was the pistol.
Yeah. And then he just hid behind corners and watched us all get brutalized by
What are you talking about?
Joes and aliens.
How was he supposed to get better if we don't bully him?
Weaver's probably got a joke in there somewhere. Like, why do they call it a smart gun when they always give it to the dumbest guys in the squad?
Oof. I want it to be known that I am bullying Reed right now.
So, yes, that is where we will assume O'Connell is now awake from his surgery. He's been reintegrated to the squad. Everybody's given you crappy get well soon cards in the shape of wrenches to fix your arm. And they've given you cans of WD-40, hinting that you can use it as a new lubricant because it was your jerkin arm that got destroyed, even though it probably
Masturbator
wasn't.
3000.
So yeah, there's been a lot of those types of jokes. And now you guys are reunited and deciding what
Call
to
your
do with
wife.
Malin. Oh yeah, call your wife.
Oh yeah, tell your wife she'll be expecting a bill in the mail for the arm by Willie Utani.
Don't worry, Cruz can handle that.
Yeah, no, the arm's fully covered.
They got his.
My cousin-
No.
They got
My
his.
cousin said it was okay, and we're gonna bill it to Wayland Utani.
Secretary of
because
Defense at 101 Primary Base Lane.
I made sure they billed it in my name so they can deduct my paycheck further.
Nicely done. So,
Yeah.
yeah, so that's where you guys are right now. That's what's going on.
It's good to see you again, guys. Finally got some good rest.
Yeah, you deserve it.
It only costs
Yeah,
you an arm.
Welcome back.
I'm glad I
Yeah, I
didn't
don't-
find you just wandering the halls in your underwear with a knife.
I don't know what you're talking about. Ancient history.
Yeah.
Good old days.
Best of times.
But yeah. I went and got final checkup with the doctor, just to make sure that everything was okay. He had some bad news for me though. He said that I might be going deaf but I haven't heard from him since.
We haven't had an
Took me a
O'Connell
second
pun in
to
a
realize.
while. Nice.
Glad to see you're still with us. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Anyway, can I would like to assess the dangers of letting this synth on the dark web. If I could do like a roll, like
Yes.
what really does that entail?
Give me a Comtech at -2. So, you don't know much about the dark web, but you have heard this theory before that the androids basically have a dark mirror version of the network that they can access. And that is how Maitland claims he first got in touch with Mishka and how they've been communicating ever since. You don't know of any way that a human can access this because of the way synths are set up. So as far as you're concerned, the only way you guys would have any chance of monitoring it or finding out what's going on would be to have another synthetic in there with him. The dangers are as wild and limitless as you could probably conceive. Could be nothing. It could be catastrophic.
So anything could happen if we let this guy connect to this network. I mean, I can't monitor it. I can't control anything with it. It's beyond me. This is definitely synth territory. Maybe Herschel could help.
I threw out the idea. Weaver didn't seem to like it, but I suggested you reached out to Schmidt if he knows anything about it.
I'm not shocked that Weaver didn't like the idea of it.
Yeah, she killed me
why?
with her eyes. Well, I mean,
Does Weaver take one of the knives off my belt and just like stab him in the hand?
Yeah, she starts to sharpen it. Really
I
slowly.
made this
Like I warned you to bring up his name again.
It was simply because he gave you some information that kind of, in hindsight was what our last mission was. So maybe he knows something else, as encrypted as it may be, or as little. It might be a hint to what's to come.
That's an interesting suggestion. It's kind of out of left field, like you have some kind of weird, connection with Schmidt. I don't know.
Well, no, it just like I mentioned on the previous mission, it's just weird that everything at that armory just seemed like what he was describing.
All right, so it's been decided we're not going to contact Schmidt. So back to the android problem.
Okay. Yeah, it'd be squad leader's call anyway.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, I think we decided Herschel is going to monitor him. We're going to try to take whatever information we can, push it to SecDef via Cruz.
Yeah.
And see if we can kind of prepare to fight.
We want to wait to hear from my cousin before we move on this Maitland stuff. See if she has any insights or ideas.
Because you sent her a message already, right?
No, I haven't sent her the message yet.
Okay.
I told you guys I was going to talk to her, and then we've kind of been in the conversation of what do we want to send her.
This is what we were thinking about, sending her the information from Maitland.
So right now,
see if we can get directed into like a special mission that direction.
Right now, what I want to talk to her about is kind of going over the details of the last mission, name of the scientists, confirmation that we do have a bioweapons project, and the name of the scientist is Babbitt. We captured the UPP scientist, the leader of their Darkstar program. Maitland and all of his bullshit. Casado's not being here. Very suspect of Spears. Cult activity from Chimera Squad. And then now after the conversations, now there are the conversations with O'Connell, Hadley's Hope, and Nostromo information, and the connection that creature might have to us. And then Mishka and all of her stuff going on, and now Gannon being scrubbed from UPP records. Those are all the things I've got right now for my cousin.
No, I didn't like that fucking Gannon guy.
Scrubbed from Weyland-Yutani records, not UPP records.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Oh, and then connected to Maitland, the engineer, home world, and all of that stuff with the founder of Weyland-Yutani and those people on the science mission. And
we have any idea of how long we're going to be awake for?
From
Like,
what you guys
are we
know
awake
was...
for a certain reason?
Well, I mean, the ship's in dry dock right now, so
pretty fucked up.
they
right?
figure it's, give you guys a chance to have some R&R, because you're not going anywhere
Okay.
else unless they put you on another ship, but
Okay.
that seems unlikely. So,
I wasn't sure like how much time we have to
well, you guys would
on
know it
downtime.
would probably take weeks to get the Tamb'itam up to full strength. Now, whether they're going to do that or not, you're not sure. This might just be some basic repairs to make sure it's space-worthy. So, but probably at least a few weeks, you would imagine.
Do you feel comfortable sending her multiple messages?
I already kind of worked out with Carvalho.
Okay.
A pretty encrypted system. So,
Okay.
I mean, if I need to work with him over a couple weeks to send messages, we could. Yeah.
Okay. What do you guys think? You want to start there and then see if we need to push that Maitland button?
Yeah, definitely want that to be a last resort. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
Alright.
really want to give him access to Mother.
Connecting him to any kind of network seems
Are
like
you-
a bad idea, but I mean,
You're
we
not
have
giving
to do
him
something.
access to Mother. Give him access to the network, which is
That's what I meant.
basically the internet. Is the
Right,
best way
but
to
we
think of
don't. We have no way of knowing if he's
it. But
connected
yes,
to
you
systems.
have no idea what that entails as far as the dark network for the androids. So
If he's disconnected, can we have someone like connect to him with Comtech and set up like blocks so he can't do certain things?
you could certainly try.
Okay.
I'm gonna be honest with you. If I was awake when y'all started the conversation with that fucking synth, I would have just shoved it in the airlock.
I was part of the
We,
conversation.
we considered it.
I didn't like the face he was giving us. Creepy.
He's very smug. Yeah.
It's very-
Motherfucker took my arm, of course.
All right. Cruz, set up the messages,
Okay.
see what information you can get us, and I mean, either way, we have a fight coming, so check your
Alright.
gear, check your training,
Hide your kids, hide your wife.
call your wife.
Tell your wife you love her. Things like that, right?
Yeah, I'll call her.
O'Connell,
I'm
what
gonna
are
get-
the
I'm
names
gonna
of
get
your
in
kids?
You might want to,
By the way,
might want to brush your teeth first.
I didn't know you had kids. What are the names of your kids? One of them was like Jeans or
It was
Levi.
Levi. It was
yeah.
Levi and Compton. Okay.
Compton.
Yoda.
Okay.
Compton.
Levi's a very popular name. It was maybe in the 1800s, but it was still popular at some point. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. No, that's great. That's a great name.
Weaver says, and when did Compton become popular? Was that the
I mean,
1900s?
We were feeling frisky. I think it was maybe the last 50 years before your time. Okay.
Look at Weaver. Okay, yeah. She looks pretty young. Whatever.
That is the correct answer, Cruz.
Yeah. He looked and immediately knew he made a mistake looking. He was like, yeah, she's pretty young.
I mean, to be fair, she does look like she's in her 20s. So,
Yeah,
like
easy.
most of you. So, all right. So, what messages would you like to send to your cousin, the Secretary of Defense, and how would you like to send those messages as far as the format?
Probably like whatever the safest format is. I'm not sure what that would be, but I would check with like Carvalho and O'Connell, like what the best way to send the messages is, and if it's better to do it in one full message or multiple small messages.
Okay.
You can encrypt your message. That's what you want to do that.
He's set that up already with Carvalho. I had him make rolls.
Sure, I can do it for you.
Also,
I would not even go near Reed for this.
also, you guys will be able to spend XP as well. So think about that while we do this tonight, or while we do this next part. So, I mean, it's probably better to do one message, because the more messages you send, the more chances you have for one of them to get discovered in some way.
Right.
And it's probably better to do a video call, just because then there's no record of it laying around like an email in that regards, right? Like,
Okay.
obviously someone could in theory listen in, but that's just as bad as if someone got the email and read it, right? And
So then-
once the call's over, it's a lot harder to get a recording of that unless you actually recorded it, versus if you send an email, there's a trail, so to speak.
So then I would send, I guess, an email with the maximum encryption that I've been allowed to my cousin, requesting that she set up a private video chat at the highest level of encryption. She can't ASAP
Okay.
for the safety of the UA.
All right, no problem. Also, is anyone opposed to playing till 12:30 tonight?
I'm good.
Or
I'm feeling spry. So
I missed half a game tonight, so I'm down.
awesome.
Yeah.
That is the correct answer. Okay, so we'll assume you send that message. Do you guys want to do XP really quick? Does everybody have figured out what they want to spend their XP on?
Sure.
I think so.
All right, Sean. It sounded like you probably were ready, so why don't you go first?
So I spent 10 XP on the stamina skill to bring it up from 2 to 4.
Nice.
And then I'm investing in the killer talent.
Oh boy, what does that do?
I think it's the one that Schmidt took that allows him to be evil.
Oh no.
But I'm taking it.
Or
No, that's not the one.
I
it
think
was something else.
ruthless. I think is
Oh,
the
yeah.
one.
Ruthless.
Might be ruthless.
No, killer. I think lets you re-roll against human enemies.
Merciless. Merciless.
Merciless,
there it
yeah.
is.
Because if I break an enemy, it reduces my stress. So
Well, just remember, you gotta channel your inner Schmidt at that point.
okay, I can perform a coup de grace without rolling empathy, but that's not what I care about. I just care about killing enemies and reducing my stress without having to take nap relief. So,
That's okay.
but I have no one to train me, as far as I know, so I just have to roll
Yes.
bits. So how many days are we in leave?
We are
it
gonna
about 2
say, I think it'll be a total of. Tell you what, let me just look really quick and see what the rules are for making a repair on a starship to give you a better answer, to see whether or not they're going to keep the Tamb'itam in dry dock for an extended period of time.
For sure. And the reason I went with stamina is because he's currently struggling with addiction. So he's constantly fighting that need and that desire. So I thought it if he actually does overcome this, it would be a good choice to have him build that resistance.
Build that immunity? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Even though most of the time stamina is not a skill I roll.
Yeah, it's not one you see very often in this game. Unfortunately, I think that's just the curse of RPGs. There's always going to be skills that just don't get as much love.
Yeah, yeah. And dexterity is like the primary stat of Dungeons and Dragons, so it's like every game has that major stat. Nothing to worry about.
Is it?
Have you gotten all-terrain driver yet? By the way, I was going to ask you this last time.
Me?
I don't know if you have the Colonial Marine book or not.
It should be in Foundry though.
It is in Foundry. It's under the career Colonial Marine.
Why can I not find this shit? There we go.
Oh, okay. That's tempting for sure. I'd probably take that on Broderick though. And considering that Cruz is going through a current level addiction, he might sub out on the next mission since
all right.
he just relapsed.
Regular maintenance every week. A member of your crew needs to make 1 heavy machinery and 1 comtech roll to service your ship. Each roll takes a shift of work. 1 person rolls, but others can help. If you're all in cryo, get a synth to do it, or your AI mother can attempt the comtech but not heavy machinery. If a service skill fails or is not made during a particular week, your ship suffers minor component. Oh, that's just like basic upkeep. What about repairs? More of these crazy starship rules.
I mean, you could run a pretty cool campaign just doing starship stuff, I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, there's a bit more of that in the other campaign. Since you're exploring the galaxy. Armor. Here we go, 197. Check one last spot. Here we go, ship repairs. Repairing hull damage requires 1 or several heavy machinery rolls. 1 roll is made per shift. Only 1 person can roll, but others can help. Each success removes 1 point of damage. If the ship was disabled, repairing at least 1 point of damage removes this condition. Okay, so it's not nearly as bad as it is in like other games and like probably in reality. It's way faster. I would probably say it'd be once per day, not once per shift. That seems pretty fast to fix a starship.
Yeah.
So, if we assume once per day, 2 weeks, that's 14 rolls. The ship was at like a third of its health, so I think 2 weeks is enough. Especially if they've got shit going on and everything's cutting corners because they want you produce, right? So
yeah, right. My width is 2, so that would be 28 dice.
Yep, and roll them 2 at a time, 28 times.
Do this all once.
1 6, 2 6s. Wow, just barely.
Boom, boom. 3, 4.
Okay.
Easy.
Okay, you've learned the talent. Well done.
Great. Fantastic.
Is that it?
Yeah, well that's it for me, but like what do I have to do for the addiction?
Well, it's going to be once per day.
Okay. Just he's not going to take the drug.
Yeah, I know. Okay, well, let's do the other person, everyone else's XP, and I'm going to check that real quick. So, Eric, XP, please.
Okay. So I have a lot of XP. So
you're going to become more unkillable, right?
I am. I'm going to become more menacing.
Ooh, okay.
So I'm going to go with weapon specialist on my knives.
Yes! So cool. Everyone always does it with the fucking smart gun. This guy's doing it with a knife. What a badass. Okay. Yeah, you'll need to learn that one because no one has weapon specialist knife.
Okay. So if I do multiple talents, Should I do one day at a time to see how many, or can I do multiple talents on the same days?
No, it would be one talent at a time.
Okay.
So, okay.
So it takes me one day.
Wow, one day
really
to
good
learn how
with
to
my
get good with the
knives.
knives. Yep.
Bro, shut the fuck up.
Checks out. Checks out.
I've been practicing.
Yeah. Fucking Brock Sampson over here. Okay.
And I wanted to do bodyguard.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Because there's a couple of us that have a little issues with getting hit.
Yes. Yes. I don't believe anyone has that. Let me check and see if Hoyshel does.
Hoyshel.
I can't recall if he does or not. Support team. Herschel. He does have bodyguard. That was one he learned, actually.
Oh.
So, yeah, you can learn it. He will obviously teach that to you, no problem.
Okay. So I wanted. So these two are kind of like combined. So I wanted to do hothead and menacing.
God damn.
You have 40 XP?
Oh, that's right.
They're 10 apiece
They're
now.
10 apiece. They're 10 apiece now. Okay.
Jesus Christ. No wonder he's so stacked. He's been cheating the whole campaign.
5 XP. I've been struggling.
It's like, dude, I
every
got 10
day.
talents. Everybody else has 5. Like, oh, no wonder.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm actually pretty stacked with talents at this point.
I know. Yeah, we made the mistake. So, listeners, when you do a campaign, make talents cost more. Because 5 XP is way too cheap for talents.
Yeah. Okay, hold on.
I've got 9 talents at this point.
Please don't die. Please don't die. Please don't die.
No, please.
Okay, then I would hold on. I'd skip bodyguard.
Oh. Or she's like, fine, I want to teach you anyway.
He's
There
pouting.
was-
Yeah,
He is. He's not happy right now.
understandable.
Also, O'Connell, would you please give me a manipulation test? It's for something a long time ago that I totally forgot to have you roll for.
Oh boy.
You're dead.
Okay. Do you want us to come back to you?
Yeah, come back to me.
All right. Reed?
All right. I put 2 in Comtech.
Mm-hmm.
I did 1 in range combat, and then maxed it out heavy machinery with 3.
Nice. Okay. Becoming our mechanic guy. Like it.
Yep, that was 30 XP.
All right.
Nice.
O'Connell, do you have XP you want to spend?
Yeah, so everything costs 10 now?
No, talents
Well, 5
cost
for
Just
the
talents.
skills.
Just
Talents
talents.
cost 10. Okay.
They've
okay.
costed 10 for a while. I want to make
Yeah.
that it's not
It's
a
been like
recent
50% of the campaign.
Yeah.
Well, I will. Yeah, I wanted to go. I can't. I was trying to remember if the NSG-23 was a UA weapon or not. Or is it attainable through Mother if in case I lose one?
No, I believe the NSG-23 is a 3 World Empire gun.
Okay. Then, yeah, can I sell it? It's worth a lot of money. I'll be the first to make money and get XP from that.
Oh,
Actually,
well.
you missed that. Cruz got some earlier. Or not Cruz. Broderick got
Damn
some
it.
earlier.
Damn it!
Yeah. I extorted Reed.
That's awesome. Then yeah, no, I would like, yeah, I'll take the weapon specialist for the M4A1.
Okay.
I'm
You don't have to roll for that one. I assume someone on this base is specialized with that gun, even if it's not in your squad. So we'll just assume you can learn that one. That's
okay.
Just go to the raid.
and
Like, can
talent-
you teach me how to use this, please?
And skills are maxed at 5, I believe, right?
I believe you are correct. Yes.
That is
Okay.
what we discussed last time.
Yeah. I'm just confirming. It's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that will 1, 2, 3, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I only have one space left. Let me compensate my agility for losing the point.
You mean your mobility?
Or mobility, yes.
You got Tagar over here taking talents for 5. O'Connell's buffing his attributes. What's next? Chaos. Cats and dogs living together.
I now know why Tagar takes no damage.
Yeah.
I was paying 10 for the other ones.
I know.
Yeah, I'm just joking.
All right. You make a decision here, Eric? If not, it's okay. We can keep doing other stuff.
Yeah, so I think I'm gonna take. I think Hothead.
Okay. I don't know what that one is. Not familiar with that one.
So this one allows me to get a +2 modification to opposed rolls for manipulation when someone tries to give me orders, and it also lets me resist officer career pull rank.
Ooh.
Tagar going a little rogue, huh? Okay.
I like that.
This is the beginning of Tagar's takeover of the Marine Corps.
So that would mean I'd spend 10 on weapon specialist and 10 on hothead.
Yes, and Hothead you'll have to roll for.
Yeah.
No one's going to teach you how to disobey orders, unfortunately. Well, it took you 1 day to learn the knife specialist, right? So
Yeah.
well,
It took him 3 days to learn both talents. What the fuck are you
I was
talking
going
about?
to say roll the other 14 days, but I guess not. Okay.
Okay, hold on.
And then I'm gonna put 4. So I have 28 experience. I'm gonna put 4 in manipulation and max that out to 5.
So it's 5 XP to level up
that's right.
a skill.
5 XP per
Per
one.
level up, yeah.
Okay.
So you could do 25 XP to get it to level 5. If you want to, all of a sudden become the face of the group in 3 days.
If your manipulation is at 4, yeah. Just
Yeah.
20
So
on your
my
talents, and then, jeez.
Well, he said he has 28 XP, so you could do 5 at 25 points
Yeah.
and get it up to rank 5 immediately.
But no, I already used 20 points on my talents.
Oh, you had a total of 28.
Right.
Yeah.
I thought you had 28 after the two
He
talents.
had 48.
Experience? Jesus
Bro,
Christ.
chill the
Yeah,
fuck
all right.
out.
You guys get 1 experience per mission
2.
from now on.
Okay, so I think my manipulation was at 1. So now
So Cruz has manipulation if you don't want to waste it on it, and empathy is his second highest talent.
I think he's taking it because it stacks with the hot.
Because of
the hot
Hothead.
talent.
Oh,
Because it's
yeah,
a post
shit.
manipulation test to
Right.
disobey orders.
Never
Yeah.
mind.
So-
I'll shut the fuck up.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Not sure how you train for that particular talent, but some things are probably best left undiscovered. So, well done. Okay, so Cruz,
Mhm.
we're going to assume that you try to seek treatment again.
Yeah. So he would probably talk to Tagar and let him know I had to relapse on that last mission. I don't know if I'm good to go on.
Tagar saw that for sure.
I think everyone saw me take the pill and then, but
Injection, not a pill. Remember.
injection.
oh,
Stabbed
Even
yourself.
worse.
okay,
So they definitely saw you do it.
yeah. He would go to Tagar, hey, it's gotten worse, especially after I had to use nap relief last mission. I think I just need to take some time away and actually just work on this. I don't think I can go with you guys on the next mission.
Okay. I mean, if that's how you feel, we have a bit of downtime between missions, so
Yeah.
take care of yourself. We're here for you. If you need a battle buddy to keep you accountable, make sure you're checking in with somebody.
You are generally my battle buddy, and I don't think I can trust Reed to do anything on or off shift. But Green's been helping me, and I've got Ogata. So Yeah, I think I'll be okay.
All right. Well, let me know how you're feeling after this downtime.
Yeah.
We'll keep you in the loop.
And yeah, might give me time to gather other information while you guys are, out on mission.
Tagar's like, yeah, you can kick this addiction in 2 weeks, bro. You got plenty of time.
It's just the most addictive substance we can provide to our Marines. Easy.
Worse.
Until they bust out the X drugs. Also, hello, Xenocide. Thank you for joining us. We're going to play an extra half an hour tonight, so we're going to be on for a little bit longer. So here's what we're going to do, Cruz. Rather than, again, not make 1,000 rolls, we will assume you start treatment again. And so we're going to start the treatment process. So you will make a stamina test. And this is to determine whether or not you can keep your addiction under control and avoid a relapse. So we'll do one roll here to start this off.
Would I have healed my health and stress by that point from my previous addiction rolls?
Yes.
Okay. All right, stamina. We got this. It's 7 dice. I can roll a 6. Easy.
Okay. And now we have someone make a medical aid roll to treat you.
I volunteer.
Oh, you know what?
I fucking shoot Reed as soon as he steps in the door.
The test is at a negative based on your addiction severity. So I'm sorry, your stamina roll's at -2.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
That's so cool. I'm glad you told me that before I rolled.
Okay, you can.
It's a test roll, buddy.
Yeah. Whatever.
This is
Fuck
practice.
you. Am I allowed to push this?
Yeah, I would assume so.
Okay.
You're a lucky bastard.
Wow.
I had one story point. I would have fucking burned it right on this.
You're just sitting there staring at that needle for hours.
I guarantee they don't let me look at a fucking needle of nap leaf.
Hey, no one's your babysitter around here, okay? So
They just leave a whole pile of nap relief needles like, hey, Mr. Addict.
that's how they
You
get
wanna
you to break it,
take?
man. They gotta test your results, right? So,
No
The sign above it. It's like propagandas. Have you taken your nap relief today?
It's like a Looney Tunes skit. Like,
Don't press the red
you got
button.
some nap, bro.
Don't press the red button. Okay, and now we do the medical aid test. We'll assume you go back to Sergeant Green.
Yeah, he was the one that succeeded.
Yeah.
Ogata let me down, but I would ask Ogata to be present, so maybe he could, help out if needed.
Okay, well that's a good idea because it'd be -2 as well, so it'd only be -1.
Okay, shit. Oh, I knew Mr. Perfect was the perfect choice.
Not only is he helpful in this and gives you some good suggestions, but he is also incredibly understanding of why you relapsed, and it is he gives you a very safe space and judgment-free zone to go through this, and he's like, you shouldn't feel bad because it was like life or death, right? Like, you were fighting fucking monsters and trying to keep your squad alive. Like, a lesser guy wouldn't have been even out there in the first place, let alone, having to make that choice. So, we're going to get you through this, kid.
Yeah, thanks, man. That really helps to hear that. Yeah.
But he does agree with your assessment that it's probably the best choice to not go on the next mission. And he will put in a request on your behalf if you wish, but he's going to leave that up to you.
Yeah,
he can basically
he
put
would-
a doctor's request in and be like, look, he needs time to recover, and sending him on a mission is just asking for another chance where he might not have a choice.
Yeah, he would thank him for that and ask him to do it. And
Okay.
let Tagar know that he requested that.
All right. Then, if you so choose, Broderick can go on the next mission instead of Cruz.
Yeah.
So, okay. In which case, you will probably recover. So,
Fingers fucking crossed.
in the meantime, we will get to your messages with Secretary de la Cruz.
Yeah.
So, you send her that message, and eventually she sets up to have a call with you. So you are, in one of the rooms here on the base, and you get the message. You can see it's, secure line from Secretary de la Cruz, and you see that it's incoming from Lamont Station Prime, which is a massive HQ here in the Crestus cluster, which is a series of fortified star systems that the UA has fortified. And you know that Crestus Prime is the major of those several star systems. And Lamont stations are big-ass star stations. They're a type, so Lamont class is a type of space station that the military uses. And you know that Lamont Station Prime is the biggest and most important, and that is where your cousin technically works out of. That is where her primary home office is. So, you get the incoming call from her.
Yeah, I'll open it up. Your salute.
She gives you a smile.
Good to see you. Things going okay with you?
So far, so good. How's O'Connell?
He's doing better. He's joking around. Thinks his new arm looks pretty cool. Thanks for that.
Best I could get under the circumstances. I hope he likes it.
I think he's over the moon, so. A lot of things happened.
She's like, after I read his file, I figured he wouldn't want a company-issued one, and probably not a synth one either. So, as rudimentary as it might seem to some, it seemed fitting for him. So I hope I was correct.
Yeah, it looks really nice. Probably the most expensive piece of equipment he's ever touched or looked at. So.
Come on now, you're on a starship most of the time. Give the UA a little credit.
UA, so it's the cheapest they can afford, but still.
This is why I'm the Secretary of Defense and you're on the front line, cousin.
Yeah, okay, well,
it's a lot more than that, believe me.
Sure.
Anyway, what's going on? Sounds important. I read your last brief.
Oh, a lot's going on. Did you actually get the brief from where we,
I did.
We dropped in, at the request of Spears? Okay.
Seems to be coming. Seems to be a reoccurring pattern.
Yeah. I'm noticing from talking with other squads, it seems if Spears is the one who's requesting it, the command adjunct Roy wakes us up and doesn't inform the lieutenant. Now the lieutenant's been reassigned without anyone's knowledge, except for Roy, but he won't tell us anything.
That's Lieutenant Casados, correct?
Yeah. I had informed her that you and I were in contact and let her know to be careful, but honestly, I think Spears might have just pulled her. Don't know what's going on.
Okay. What else?
We dropped on a UPP planet. The information Spears gave us was that they had, the UPP had nuked one of their cities or sites because of their own mistakes with their bioweapons program.
I do want to make a quick correction here. That is probably an important detail.
Okay.
The The briefing that you got for the last mission was actually from General Vaughn.
Oh.
She
Okay.
was the one on the holovid. Because I distinctly remember she said about Babbitt, you know, he's some big company egghead. Be sure to bring him back for me in one piece, okay?
Okay.
She kind of like made like a joke about it at the end.
Then, yeah, I would
So just so
make
everyone's on the
that
same page.
clear. Vaughn gave us the information.
Okay.
And I would go over the details of the mission we went on. You know, biodrones, one of them mutating, turning people into eggs or hives. Finding the moats, getting the UPP leader of their bioweapons program under lock and key here. We have a synthetic called Maitland. He killed 2 UA scientists who were working on some UA project, but he's also connected to those cultists, the Church of the Two Divines. Another a UPP android named Mishka, who we were tasked with saving on a previous mission that I mentioned. We also saw her working with the Church of the Two Divines after she escaped our ship. And she somehow communicated with one of these alien queens. Maitland has previously been connected with Mishka. His goal is to find some planet of the engineers, and I'll explain in more detail, like, all of that information.
Okay.
He's said that he could connect us with her, but he would need to be connected to some synthetic dark web. And we don't know
You
if
see
that's
that
really worth it.
she's taking notes this whole time on a pad of paper. She's not putting it into like any sort of data pad or anything.
Yeah, great. Fantastic.
She's like, you're telling me on your last mission, your squad secured the head of the UPP's bioweapon program.
Yep.
I have not been made aware of that.
Dr. Blas. Or, like, Corporal Major Dr. Blas, or whatever they fucking call it.
And she seems very surprised at that. That should
Okay.
be like, maybe not front
Top-
page news, but
Top priority.
that should have come across my desk.
Well, do we need to set, like, a prison transfer or something?
Well, now that you're sitting here talking to her, you realize you haven't seen Balaz in a while.
Oh, fucking cool.
One would say he's probably transferred to Project Life Force.
Yeah. I've not seen him in a while. He might have already been transferred.
Okay.
But we did find him.
And, you know, when you tell her that it appears that the UA dropped this biodrone weapon on the UPP planet, she is completely, like, taken aback by that and shocked. Clearly has no knowledge of that.
One of the sergeant I first started working under, Schmidt, he was taken away by Spears to work on some other work or project, and he's been talking to us, sending messages to one of my squad mates, O'Connell. He talked about the base we went to before we went there.
Okay.
He might have information, don't know. He was admittedly pretty crazy, which is probably why Spears liked him. But that other that other squad mate O'Connell's been in contact with a Wayu technician named Ishigara. One of the members we worked with, well, not me, but the squad, they encountered a guy named Gannon on one of the missions. The mission, the Glory mission. They found that spaceship and found some of those UA prisoners with those things wrapped around their face. Gannon was working with them there. He was also mentioned at that mining base we worked. It was the first mission, Operation Deep Shaft. Ishigara let us know that Gannon's records have all been scrubbed. It's like he was never an employee for Wayu.
Okay.
And then go over the Hadley's Hope Nostromo information. And I think that's...
She's like,
I wrote it all down,
I've
so...
heard, I know about Hadley's Hope and Nostromo. I've heard about those stories.
Well, the information we were given suggests that maybe the UPP are the ones who bombed Hadley's Hope.
That's one theory. No one knows for sure, though.
Right.
They would have been pretty crazy to try something like that behind or across, national lines.
Treaties and everything.
Exactly. But then again, look at what's going on right now, so who knows?
Right.
But...
And I guess the last thing is we keep running into this UPP commandant named Vuvu.
It's like I've heard of her. She's one of the top commanders in the UPP.
Yeah.
Kind of a hero, so to speak. I mean, I guess best equivalent I give you is like someone like General Vaughn. Everybody's heard of her.
Yeah. Oh, we keep running into her. So.
For good or for bad?
She's not killed any of us yet. But all these missions we go on, if someone's there, it's her. Don't know if that's good or bad, but she's there.
Would you say she hasn't killed you by choice or situation?
Maybe a bit of both. They seem to work with her on one of the missions. But then Schmidt kind of fucked it up, so, I mean...
This is a lot.
Yeah.
Most of which I am not aware of until this conversation.
Yeah. And then explain the stuff going on with Chimera Squad and the mining colony that...
Yeah, I assume you pretty much tell her everything at this point.
Everything. I was just trying to do it in a not lame roleplay way.
No, that's fine. That's a lot. We've gone over it multiple times, too. So,
Yeah.
She says... She's kind of talking a lot. She's like, do you really think Spears or Vaughn could be up to something? I mean...
I don't know.
Spears, maybe? He's an AW soldier? But...
Maybe Spears.
Vaughn?
I don't know enough about Vaughn.
I mean, she's second in command of the entire Marine Corps. I mean, she's always pushed to deal more swiftly with the UPP, but... I mean, this kind of stuff is a whole nother level.
All this bioweapon stuff, it seems to be connected to these androids. Mishka, Maitland. This Mishka person seems to have maybe taken over the Divines. She somehow was like actually talking or guiding one of these queen aliens.
I've heard reports that of this grand mother that has come up recently regarding the cult, as if maybe she's like a second in command to fuck's his name? Janice Rude, I think his name is. The leader of the cult.
Yeah.
It's gotta be her.
Well, they called her Mother Mishka. And
I haven't heard a name, just a title.
Maitland said that if they're going along with their, like, final plans, it wasn't because of him. It was probably because of Mishka. So I think they're planning something big. We just don't know. But Maitland could help us, but we're kind of put in a shit situation.
So we've got a rogue UPP android that was part of one of their most top secret bioweapon projects.
Yeah.
That we apparently helped and have now inadvertently put her in charge of the Children of the Two Divines.
Yeah. And she killed one of our guys on our ship when she left.
Do you think you get anything from Maitland?
We can try, but I think we've had people look at him before. They haven't gotten anything great. But with enough time, we can probably crack his black box, right?
Depends.
But if he's offering to reach out to Mishka and give us information. We can't know if he's going to be
For what?
honest.
What does he want?
He wants to be reconnected with the Church of the Two Divines, with Mishka. His end goal is to find this planet of engineers or whatever and reconnect with that mission.
I mean, some of that makes sense. You know, some of the stuff Janus has been spewing, talking about these star gods and avenging angel or destroying angels and nonsense like that, but never mentioned anything about the homeworld or anything like that.
Yeah.
But it would make sense if the give reason why the cult up and left. You know, that was supposed to be their primary base, and I guess we missed them.
Yeah.
Alright. I'll do a little digging into some of these people. See what I can find. See if I can find out where the lieutenant is at. Where she's been reassigned.
Yeah.
If Schmidt's been taken under Spear's wing, I'll doubt I'll get anything there, but I'll see what I can, and you give me a lot of extra work here, but I'll
It's to protect all of our family back home, right?
do what I can. Yeah, absolutely. No, this is good. I didn't know about a lot of this stuff, which is troubling.
Yeah.
All right. I think, given the situation, given the choices we find ourselves with, I think it's worth taking the risk with Maitland. If we can try to get a step ahead of this cult, if they're really trying something that's as big as you seem to indicate, you know, we don't need another situation like we've had in the past. These guys are lunatics.
Alright, yeah. I'll talk to the squad and let them know we can go ahead and see if we can set up some safeguards beforehand.
You do that.
Stay safe. I mean, if they're disappearing lieutenants, don't know how high this goes, so...
I hear you. You too.
Yeah. Well, I've got the unstoppable Tagar with me. He killed 3 giant aliens with just his hands, so...
I believe
think I'll
the
be
report
okay.
said knives, so...
Well, his fingers are like knives, so it was really just with his hands.
Extensions of his hands, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, well... Thanks for Thanks for all you're doing out there and bringing this to my attention.
Yeah.
I'll get to work on it.
Okay.
All right. And before we finish up for the night, we're going to have a quick chat with everyone's favorite sergeant, Schmidt.
Oh, shit.
We're going to see what he's been up to, and then we'll call it a night. So let me mute the others really quick here, or deafen. It'll be very short, but we'll get to that in just a second here. All right. Eric is done. Scaarr is done, and Sean is now muted. Okay, so Adam, very short interaction you have here. After your last mission, you're aboard the Ares, Spear's flagship still. You are heading to some undisclosed location, as always, and you are requested to meet with Colonel Spears.
Okay.
So, you are brought to his office where he's waiting. He's currently standing at a viewport. He's got like a huge glass, window that's like floor to ceiling. He's just looking out over the vastness of space. And he sees you come in. He's got his usual cigar and ball cap on. And he doesn't turn to you, but you can see that he's puffing on the cigar. He's got his hands behind his back. He says, Sergeant Schmidt, come on in.
Sir?
And he motions for you to come and kind of stand alongside him by the window. Says, it's quite a sight, don't you think?
Crazy to think that the light from all these stars are billions of years old. Some of these aren't even alive anymore, which is kind of crazy.
Just an empty black out there. Or just these little sparks in all of it. Anyway, wanted to see how you're doing, how you're fitting in with the squad, how you're feeling. Heard you were pretty exemplary on the last mission. Karambit said you've been following orders well enough. That's good.
Yeah, it's good to be on these exciting missions, I would say. Definitely very cut into the chase. No dicking around.
So no second thoughts about accepting my offer to join us?
No, not at all.
Good. He takes another long drag on the cigar. You can see he's kind of like chewing on the end of it. Tell me, Sergeant, you found any of the answers you've been looking for yet?
Not entirely, I would say, but it's definitely added pieces to the puzzle.
Is that right? Well, I suppose in due time it'll all be clear.
I can't say it won't, but, I'll give it time. I don't want to rush that.
No, I suppose you don't. Anyway, I just wanted to check in how you were. Let you know that your efforts have not gone unnoticed. Not unnoticed by myself, and not unnoticed by the General. So,
Okay.
just thought
General
you'd like...
Vaughn herself, huh?
That's right. Just like you to know that a couple eyes on you, that's all.
Okay. Good to know. I'll have to make sure my boots are extra shined.
Now you just keep up the good work, son. Hopefully the end of the war is in sight.
Yeah, that's all we could hope for.
And there's like a long moment of silence as you guys are kind of just staring out into space. And our camera kind of fades away, fades to black. and that'll be the end of tonight's episode. So we'll get the others back in here really quick. And, yeah. So there you have it, folks. That is episode 36 of Frontier War. That's pretty much all the downtime we need to get to, except for we'll finish up our downtime next week with what the squad's going to do with Maitland, and then we will dive in to our next mission, which is called Operation Arcturian Apocalypse.
Oh, fuck. Okay, my side character is dying.
I haven't seen any groups play this one yet. Unfortunately, Garblad Games did not play this mission, so this will be a first for me, which I'm really excited about. I've been reading it nonstop. I've read it like 4 times so far. Really stoked, as always. So, thank you all for joining us. Thank you for the raid, Infinite Monkey Tales. Xenocide 019, everybody else who stopped on by, thank you so much. Very exciting. We will be back, as always, every Saturday night. La Sombra Dark, is that a Vampire the Masquerade reference? I hope it is, because La Sombra are fucking badass. One day, we'll play Vampire the Masquerade. Once we get to these other 900 RPGs we have to play. I promise. So, anyway, folks, thanks for joining us. Really appreciate it. Thank you all for stopping by. As always, we'll be back every Saturday night, 8:30 p.m. Central Time. Join us next week, episode 37, as we jump into our next mission. And, yeah, we'll see what happens with Maitland next week. So, thank you all so much. Same time, same place. Signing off.